So last time we played, you guys concluded your business with Anthony and with Mr. Bradbury, giving Anthony the Syracuse, so he and his minions could leave the planet on their own. And you also obtained the data that Kelly needed and transmitted that to Bradbury remotely. Before leaving New Kiev, you decided to take a peek inside the UPP facility nearby, which yielded some very interesting results. And by interesting, I mean horrifying. And by that, I'll put it this way: getting lit up by a sentry gun, which saw Tobiah getting was the least dangerous thing that happened to you guys. Since there was an encounter with
Uh-oh.
not only a face hugger but two gore bursters. Dave took the bulk of the damage, with both of his arms and part of his neck being destroyed, though he was
Damn.
repaired with components salvaged from the Hyperdyne robotics facility. The situation now is that after 15 days in hypersleep, you guys have returned to Morningstar. You aren't expected by Speaker Vosk since this was more of a personal mission, so you needn't debrief right away. But you can head over to her office if you want to either try and pawn off the stuff you recovered, get your next mission, or have a private conference with her. First, though, um, so Jack, regarding the role I had you do between sessions, do you want to do anything about that?
Yeah, so you're gonna share the info that I found that we discussed, right?
I mean, I can or you can, whichever. If you want to go ahead and be the
Well,
main
you said you were
character.
gonna make a handout, I thought.
Um, well, I mean there were
Uh,
only like two things, right? So, I mean, you can if you want to just share it with the rest of the group, you can. I
okay,
didn't,
now I gotta.
sure. I'll double check that. I don't think I made a handout because I didn't think there was that much of it, but um,
Supposed to share with the rest of the class.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Because we were talking about a lot
Yeah,
of
because
stuff.
I get, yeah, I
So
know.
okay,
Sorry about that.
okay. So basically, I did a roll to um find out what's on the hard drive that I took from the lab, and what I found was basically um, a bunch of information about the snake things that we fought. So they're
Gore
called,
bursters.
yeah, like body burster or gore bursters.
Mm.
And basically like they were like experimenting on those eggs and stuff and like created these gore burster things. Um, and then I also found information about the neomorphs, where the like the smaller the ones that we fought first, right? That people had like mutated into.
Well, the
Um,
neomorphs were the ones that attacked you at the landing pad, and there was one on the bridge at the Syracuse.
yes,
So
yes,
we're talking
yes,
about the creatures
uh,
from
This,
Covenant, just for the people who need a reminder.
yes.
this place
And so
is
I would be telling
interesting.
you this before, like when we were before we went into cryo sleep, because I would have done the
Right.
decrypting before we went into cryo sleep. And so basically the thing about the neomorphs is that apparently they're when they're dead, their body decomposes into like spores that infect other people. So I think when we recovered a dead one, if I
Yeah,
remember,
you have
and I think
a
we
corpse, which you might want to
Yes?
space.
yeah, and I thought we had like put it in a we had secured it in a bag or some kind
You
of thing. But
do, yeah,
In
you
basically,
a
do. You have it
crate, I
sealed, and
think.
the problem is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
once you open it,
yeah.
Yeah.
All hell's
So
gonna
basically,
break
I'm
loose.
like, hey guys, this thing is super deadly and could kill all of us. Basically. And so we have to, I think, before we go into hypersleep, we have to decide whether we space the corpse or whether we want to risk holding on to it because it'll probably be, decomposed into spores or whatever by the time we get back.
Hmm. Do we have like a garbage incinerator on the ship?
um, as far as I know,
You have an,
ships don't. They
you
might
have
have
an
like some
nature's
sort of
garbage
recycler,
disposal.
for like recycling like you know reusable components, but not for like
Hmm.
completely destroying something. I mean, you're basically in a galaxy-wide disposal. It's called the airlock.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you
Yeah,
want
I
to just
mean the
get rid of the
closest
corpse,
we could stop the ship and then like position the body bag behind one of the engine thrusters or whatever, and then that would probably
Or can we just
Mm.
send it on a collision course to the sun?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
We could just throw it out anywhere randomly. I mean, the chances of finding something so small just in
Yeah.
the middle of space like that
Astronomically low.
is yes.
I mean, the
and
real
and
question
out
is
of
not.
character in
Oh, sorry.
Alien, Kane's body was shot out, so they definitely have systems to easily just shoot out
Right.
things when prepared correctly.
10,000 years from now, they're gonna someone's gonna be going along and it's just gonna go splat against the wind.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, the question is not how you dispose of it. It's just, are you going to dispose of it?
Yeah, we probably should.
All right. So,
Maybe we
however,
can we take like a small sample or something of the spores or whatever?
they're spores. Once you open that container, they're going to spill out into the air.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Like, for those of you who have not seen Alien Covenant, they're basically when the colonists are exploring the planet that they later find out got hit by the black goo.
Oh, it's like those.
Yeah, it's like those little eggs. Like basically when the guy stepped near that patch of like fungi, and then like it shot out a cloud of spores, and they like slithered through the air and entered the bodies of two different people. It's those.
Hmm.
Like if you open
Yes,
that
it's
if you
mushroom
open that
puff spots.
crate, yeah, like if you open that crate, the second you do, I mean, your character's, well, I mean, now you know because of the information that Jack got, but basically, if you open that lid, it's going to cause enough of a disturbance that's going to shoot spores into the air and probably infect you.
What to be hiding in cryosleep while they're discussing this? Is like, this is above my pay grade.
Yeah, we should probably just.
Straight to cryosleep. I'm hopping along on crutches because of the foot surgery, and I'm just like, yep, nope.
So I think maybe the
Oh
safest,
my.
if we do want to take a sample, the safest way would be like literally take the body bag or whatever it's in, like out in space, and then like extract the sample there, basically. And that way there's no possibility of contamination.
The problem is that if it's exposed to vacuum, then wouldn't it like, well, first of all, space, I mean, there's tons of
Chances are it
radiation,
could
like solar
die.
radiation, so
Hmm.
that would probably, irradiate the corpse.
Oh.
And
You
Well,
know,
maybe
I
do
would
it in
be okay
in
with
the
getting.
airlock then or something, and then get the sample, then space it.
I'd also be okay with dead samples. Live samples are obviously better, but dead samples, at least that's something.
We can try that.
So what if we put Dave in a suit, lock it, secure him in the airlock. He extracts a sample, and then we vent the airlock into space.
yeah, because what you could always do is, he could always have, hold on, I have Discord on Do Not Disturb. Let me see. Okay. So, I mean, he could. I mean, you don't necessarily need to violently decompress the airlock. You can like basically just depressurize it and then open the outer door, so that way like the corpse and Dave don't get sucked out into space.
Yes, basically, we can haul over, I don't know if it was in the body bag or in a crate, whatever. We can haul it over to the airlock. The airlocks are designed to be sealed and safe in that
Yep.
sense. Slowly decompress it, and then I will try. We don't know how it'll react to
Yep.
the vacuum, but it's a risk. But Dave will do as the crew votes.
If it's just like vacuum in the airlock, they're not going to really have anything to float around in, so.
Well,
You ever see a mosquito in a vacuum chamber?
No.
Well, they can't fly around, I'll tell you that. They just kind of like
well, they
crawl around
can't.
flapping their little fucking wings.
Well,
I doubt the neomorphs will fly.
yeah, let me
But
put it this way. Like once you open the airlock door, like the outer door, all the spores are going to get absolutely destroyed. So, all right. So in that case, so you are taking basically, pushing a crate because you had like a large. I think you got one of the crates from the Syracuse to store it in, but I mean either way, where you got it doesn't matter. The point is that it is sealed. It is airtight. So you move that over um, into the airlock with Dave. Um, I mean, are you going to like? I mean, Artyom, for example, you have an Ecos like a spacesuit. Are you going to loan that to him
Mhm.
so he can be fine?
If
Is
he
that the
doesn't
only
have one,
space?
sure.
Is that the only spacesuit we have?
I think it is.
Oh damn! We need
Yeah.
some for EVA repairs and stuff.
Well, let me put it
Yeah.
this way. I think it's fair to say that you would have like at least one for EVA. You'd have like maybe like a Mark 35 or something. Like
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one
just
that's just on the ship.
yeah, you would
yeah,
have
Yeah,
you
just
would have
standard.
I assume all these ships come with a standard complement of basic
fair.
EVA
I
suits.
mean, yeah, it's an older ship from a crime syndicate, so they wouldn't be necessarily top of the line suits, but you would have suits. So in that case, I mean, how you get it doesn't matter. I'm not going to make you do like an air supply roll or any shit. Um, so once you get in the airlock and the inner door seals shut, do a medical aid roll. Actually, hold on. I think it's because it got torn apart, so I think that gives you like a -2, right? I know it gives you
-2 to
-2 if
any observation or analysis or something, but yeah, you can apply it to anything.
yeah, I'm going to
You
say
would
yeah, it's a
you would say.
-2, especially in its decomposed state. Because like you open the door, and you definitely see that true to what Jack told you that the corpse has rotted very quickly, um, and is just kind of like blackened and flaky, and there's some like spore sacs that have started to grow, um, and you would see that I mean it's kind of hard to see due to like the face shield of the helmet, but like prior to the the depressurization, like you do see like a little puff of what at least from your perspective looks like sand or dust, but we both know it very obviously is not. So
Okay.
it just kind of
So yeah,
idly
he's gonna.
floats around. Um, but you're obviously fine. So -2 medical aid, please.
Okay. If I could get I need to get my character sheet up.
Yeah, that would help. All right. Um, so yeah, you find that the sample is just so um I mean, you're doing like some tests on it and stuff because I would assume you would have some sort of like,
Yeah, some
Seaburn
little
kit or
gear and
something like
analytic
that.
thing.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, you are just not able to. There's nothing viable of this that you could use to like. There's no healthy tissue that you could like experiment on.
Okay. Unfortunate.
So yeah, there's nothing more to be
So
gained from the
Dave, yeah,
corpse. So
yeah, Dave completes the process, phones it in. Whoever minced the meat on this one did an extremely thorough job. There is
You're welcome.
unfortunately no. Yes, thank you, Tobiah. There is nothing left to salvage, so at least we are safe. But no contamination is a possibility
yep.
there as well. I think even this is just dead, rotting matter that can't be used in any beneficial scientific way for now.
Yep.
So we could just space it, just in case.
All right. So yeah, just fast forwarding. I mean, the process takes a couple minutes. You first depressurize the room, and then you open the door, and then like obviously you don't get violently sucked out into space, but you can just give the crate a firm shove, and you watch as it floats away. And then you shut the
He,
doors, and you get back into the ship. And
he
with
kind of
that,
gives it a wave. Bye
yeah,
bye.
yeah, yeah. Where is it? Is it going to do the Hillary Duff pose? Um, where the hell is it?
I imagine Tobiah is just sitting there waving like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, or alternatively,
Yeah.
Dave's waving like this in the GIF I just posted in the Underworld chat, which I'll just post that in Discord as well, or in
Yeah.
yeah. I mean after all you went through, I think that's warranted.
Yeah.
The fuck saying user doesn't have permission to post files. I'm the motherfucking GM.
If we know one thing, it bleeds and we can kill it.
Yep.
Bleeds, it can die.
Yeah. Hold on. It for some reason it signed me out. That's why. Which is really weird because I saw Dave's roll just a second ago. I guess that would have something to do with it. Not the roll. I mean, just the
It's Dave fucking up as usual. He not only fucks up with the roll, he kicks out the GM as well.
yeah, right. But anyway, so that's resolved. So, like I said, it's a 15-day voyage back to Morningstar. Something I wanted to ask, because I asked this during the week, Megas. So I was rewatching the previous episode. You said you were going to pick up Navigator, but in your XP spend, you said Analysis instead.
Yes, I decided to do Analysis instead.
Okay.
So I currently do not have Navigator. I'll pick it up next.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't sure which was the accurate choice. Okay, so guys make it back to Morningstar, and after usual docking procedures, yeah, you have okay. So first order of business, you've got the hard drive, which as I mentioned to you, Magus, that the value of it, you would get, I think it's like 1.250 for it, 1.25K. For the hard drive and the information that it's on it.
What's on it?
The stuff that he pointed out, basically, valuable research data about what the MSS was doing at the facility that you guys raided.
Yeah, there was like details on the body burster. I think I forgot to mention, but like we'd already found out, but like it's information about how the saliva of the thing, like if it touches a human, it causes them to like get infected and then like explode or whatever. So like there's information about that on it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So
And you said the MSS was involved in that.
yes, the facility, yeah, because that was that was something that was ascertained about the facility itself, not necessarily from the data, but like the facility you guys learned that it wasn't. I mean, just for clarity, it was not a military research facility. It was being conducted by the MSS itself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, only 1.25K. Hold on. I could probably be in my character backstory and all, knowing people in the UPP that have, particular beef with certain groups, might be able to get more for that.
Like, are you suggesting buy it from him and then sell it to somebody in the UPP, like an old contact or something?
Yeah, could probably shop that around for the highest bidder.
Okay, so my question is, are you going to buy it from him, or Jack, are you going to give it to Artyom so he can sell it through one of his contacts?
Well, I mean, I have copied the data off the drive, and I was gonna give it to Vosk basically.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
I would say if you want an additional copy and you think you can sell it to make more money somewhere else, like given our characters, I don't think I would have any moral scruples about doing that.
Yeah. So
Dave will
so
just warn that we did the mission to basically kind of free Kelly from her uh, life on the run in that sense. So we better be careful if we sell something and the information goes out. We don't want any retribution there. double crossing an organization like this could have consequences. Though Dave is completely, he'll support the team in what they decide, just as a word of warning that we have, people on the line for this.
Mhm.
We got to be discreet if something like that is done.
True. Because in the case of like, just based on what was said about Kelly, like, if Artyom is the one who pitches the the recovered data to the the UPP, then like he's the only one, I mean, who would be at any possible risk. Like, because I mean, nobody even, as far as nobody in the UPP even knows that, you went, like, not only that people went to New Kiev, but even that it was you specifically.
True.
So,
True.
He
like,
was more
Kelly's
thinking
not in any
about
danger if you do this.
if somehow. Oh, we were talking about the information from the facility. Oh God,
Yeah, no,
I'm
the
mixing up.
Hyperdyne
Yeah,
facility is different. We're
from the
talking about the
Hyperdyne.
UPP research
Yeah.
facility.
Oh yeah, then no issue. Absolutely.
Okay.
Dave's all on board.
All right. So,
in theory, if we're gonna give it to Vosk anyway, I could just go to Vosk and say that I could probably get more money for it, selling it to contacts or something like that, and do it that way. But then we'd be kind of cut out of the profit there.
I mean, well, let me put it this way: if you sold it through her, you wouldn't be at any risk, but you wouldn't get the full cut. Whereas if you sold it yourself, then you're potentially painting a target on your back, but you're getting the full share.
I could probably also roll to see how much more I could get from that, like maybe between sessions or something.
Yeah,
So
I'll have to figure that out. I mean, or that can be
We could
something you
live
can
a
do
little.
during this thing of downtime. So,
okay.
so I mean, if there's nothing else further to address for that, that goes back to my question of, now that you guys have docked with the den, I mean, where are you going next and what are you doing? Like, I mean, I'm just asking, like, are you staying as a group to, for example, go, sell the stuff that you recovered? Because as a reminder, in terms of stuff to sell, you have the drive from the MSS facility. You have $5,000 in, high-end synthetic components with like rare earth materials and that sort of shit. And then you have 20 grand in illegal drugs.
Woo.
Or was it 20 or 25?
Drugs.
Let me just double check that.
Drugs.
25.
I like drugs.
So
Nice, 25.
yeah, 25K. And as I said, and I said in the group notes that um you would get a +2 to a manipulation roll to pawn off the drugs, but it would be a flat roll for each of the other two things. And you would be
So
treating each of
synthetic
them separately because, like I said,
yeah.
from the perspective of like a criminal syndicate, illegal addictive drugs are much more valuable than like synth parts.
Of course.
So there's a likelihood from Speaker Vosk's perspective of a better investment in buying this shit, like buying the drugs, because that has more possible clients and especially could be sold for more than it's actually worth
Yeah.
depending on where it's sold. Whereas like synth components, I mean, hell, if you try to sell synth components at her, she'd probably be genuinely pissed off. Now that I think of it,
Dave has an
she'd probably just buy
idea
them
that
and destroy them.
I say we keep the synth components just so we can repair our synths.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
I
But
was
say
we
that.
kind of
can
thinking
do
that.
that
Yeah. So
regardless, or will it help?
what?
Sorry, do we need those special kind of components for the repair,
You
or
don't need them, but what I'll say is that it'll give you a positive modifier to any sort of healing that Jack does to repair you.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, we should definitely keep those.
Like it'll
Well, I
maybe
mean,
give
like
you like
5K is a good amount, but split across multiple people, not so much.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
we use any of the components to like upgrade either the synth? Like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea how that works.
well,
in
let me
universe.
put it this way: they are, a set of like replacement parts that, um, like I can't think of any kind of, like, cause even like giving like a free point in a skill, that's kind of a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the bonus for the repair
Yeah, that's what I think. Like you have
Yeah.
like
is good enough since we're constantly getting bruised and battered, and I don't think that'll change anytime
yeah. So I'll
soon.
say yeah,
So
I'll say
it's
that
good
the
to
synth
know
components
we have
will
a
just give
chance.
you a +2 to comtech rolls to fix them. For Kelly, Isabella, and Dave, whenever they get damaged and you repair
That's
them, then
yeah,
you get a +2.
Yeah.
that's perfectly
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Yeah.
Which I
I'm
will
fine with
make
that.
that in group notes.
So just going back to the data real quick. So my plan was I create a copy of the data, and I'm gonna give that to Vosk. If somebody else wants to sell it or do something else, uh, I don't have a strong feeling on that if they want to do that. But I am gonna give a copy to Vosk.
Okay, a copy of the data or the drive itself.
I'm gonna give a copy of the data.
Okay, but you're keeping the drive.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which are you keeping that on your person, or are you like storing it in your locker or something, or?
Like right now, yeah, I would keep it on me, I guess.
Okay. Um, so all right. Okay, so that's the situation with the drive. The the drugs have been dealt, or the synth components have dealt with, and then I assume then the only thing you're going to do is just go to Speaker Vosk with the big cache of drugs and say, hey, want to buy this? Like, if anybody is going to see Speaker Vosk, whether to do that or to do something else, who is going to do that?
I'm definitely going.
Okay.
I mean, I think I have the highest manipulation,
Yeah,
right?
no, by
Yeah.
a long shot.
Yeah. I would be more of a detriment than a benefit.
Yeah.
Doctor's orders, Tobiah. Tobiah is not going in front of her again.
Are you
He
sure?
be- because he kind of revealed that he's been screwing with her, so Dave is really
Yeah.
concerned for Tobiah's health and safety.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, that was you. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, as far as I know, it was never revealed that Jack, Jack obviously revealed to Speaker Vosk, but it was never
Yeah.
revealed that Jack was the one who tipped her off.
No.
So,
Yeah, we have no
so
idea
he
about
hasn't, yeah,
that,
so he's
but
no reason to be suspicious or angry towards Jack, which is even makes the whole situation even funnier. Okay, so Artyom is going to see Speaker Vosk. Is anybody else?
Dave could be there just to have one synth there to make her uncomfortable.
All right. Jack, are you going to
I'll
be there?
go as well. Might as well.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. So I'm
So
hearing there's
are we selling the data through Vosk like right now, or is that something that was like sent ahead of time?
So I have a I have a copy of the data with me, and I'm basically gonna give it to her and say this is something that we also recovered, and it might be valuable if you sell it, and we'd like a cut essentially.
Mhm.
all right. Um, so what she says is or like so you go in there, and and are you bringing the drugs with you like in person to show her, or are you just going to leave them on your ship?
No, we're bringing it right
Oh
there,
yeah.
and
All
then
right.
the whole crate.
Okay. So you buzz your way into her office, and she looks up from what she was doing, and then she looks mainly making eye contact with Artyom, and then looking over to Jack and saying, "Oh, where the hell have you been? I don't recall summoning you."
We just got back from our mission.
And she looks up and says, "What mission?" Because as a reminder, she did not give you this mission.
Uh,
Oh, right. I totally forgot. I'll say okay. I would say yes. We just returned from a mission. a personal mission dealing with some matters that Kelly had to deal with, and we
And
found
she
some
just looks up to you
information.
and says, "Who's Kelly?"
Member of the crew. Don't worry too much about it.
The least important member. You don't need to think about her.
The important thing
The
is
important
that
thing, yes, is
we
that
still made money. And
yes, we have some
what
things
do
that
we
you might
have?
find valuable.
And she looks
What do
up
we
at
have
that.
here?
Yeah,
It's Christmas.
Yeah, because
Miss Vosk.
she's like, on her Pete at, and then you mentioned money, and then she, her head like slowly pans up, or
It's
like
like,
tilts up, and
money?
says, well, I mean, she's not doesn't go full on Mr. Krabs, but you've definitely piqued her interest.
I
Yeah.
was thinking more of Scrooge McDuck.
How big is the crate of
Yeah.
drugs? Is this like a suitcase or like a
Definitely bigger than a suitcase.
crate?
Now, it's a crate that's large enough to where you would have two people carry it.
Okay. So, I mean,
Dave is part of
are
the
we like
carrying.
lugging it in there?
Yeah, I would imagine
Yep.
that like, one
Yeah.
person has one handle, the other has another. It doesn't matter who's carrying it. It's just
Yeah.
you bring it into the room, and it is big enough to get through the door. It's just
So,
like the crate is like too wide, or like too long, I guess is a better way to put it. Too long
yeah,
for
so you
both
got to
arms
like
to hold.
go in long ways.
Yeah. So
Dave just
All right.
says,
Too girthy.
Santa is bringing the snow.
Yeah. So we get the crate dropped on the ground, and when we've got Vosk's interest, like, I just step over and lift the lid, like you know, getting some showmanship points in here.
and she eyes it with very clear interest, and I mean, she like personally inspect, and when I say inspect, I don't mean sample, I mean just like inspect the contents.
Real snow.
And she says, my, this is certainly very rare, highly regulated stuff. um I depending on how much is in here, which, I mean, obviously you would know, and you tell her. She says, I can think of plenty of possible buyers and selling points. They'll offer you 25K for it. Which, if you want to do a manipulation and try to haggle, a better deal, but it will be opposed.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so opposed manipulation.
100%. Now, would bonus shares apply to this?
Remind me what does bonus shares do?
Negotiating payment for a job
Um,
+2 manipulation when doing
it's
that.
not technically a job. It's just more something you found and are trying to sell. So no.
Okay.
All right. So I'll roll her manipulation. And if you fail the roll, then it's not like you just outright fail. It's just that she doesn't accept the.
She's just not going for it.
Yeah, she'll still. Okay. So I'll
Can I push
say.
that?
Yeah, you can push.
Push.
Although I don't know if you can
You gotta
push because you
push.
have the ship selected.
Uh-oh.
So
Well,
deselect
that
the
is because
ship.
I'm still in space.
Deselect the ship token and then just roll from your sheet, and you should be able to. Or actually, hold on. Before you do that, what I'll do is I will switch back over to the station.
Well, you can, for the other roll you can just do your -2 with 1 stress as a kind of fake
Right.
push.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That you just roll like 8 dice, plus 1 stress, and then I'll say Isabella. Okay. So no extra successes. I'll say that each success beyond the well, actually, I mean, there wasn't like an opposed, like a tie, so hold on, was 20% of, because I'll say like each success would have been an additional 10%. So you're looking at 20% of 25.
It's an
Okay.
additional 5K.
Yeah, so you're making $30,000 instead of 25,000.
Sweet.
So you pitch that price. She thinks it over. She looks at how much the sacred herb is in this crate, and she nods once and says, "Very well. I will wire you your payment, distributed as you see fit among your subordinates."
6 of us, right?
I mean, 5 PCs, Isabella is a 6 Ranger. So I mean,
Okay.
if you want to pay her, you can. But Speaker Vosk is, I mean, she's just paying
I
Artyom.
will give if Artyom's splitting the money with the rest of us, he just splits it the 5 ways. I will split my half,
Okay, so
split mine that I get in
okay,
half, and give it to.
okay.
You know what? I'll forego my share, and then
Oh,
you and her can just have a full
okay,
share of it.
all right.
I have nothing to spend money on, sir.
Yeah, well, that
Currently, but you
makes 2 of
might.
us.
I mean, just keep that in mind.
Such limited human minds.
So So you're okay. So Artyom. So you're splitting it 5 ways. So each character is getting 6,000.
6,000.
So I'll add
Are we
6,000.
not giving a share to Isabella?
No, that's the thing. He is giving. He's basically giving his share to Isabella essentially.
Oh, okay.
So there are 6 characters, but RTM is intentionally foregoing his cut, which is just going to
Making sure
Isabella.
that the synth uprising won't kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The financial sacrifice to the murderous synthetic god.
Yeah.
Goddess, rather.
Better to have synthetic friends than synthetic enemies.
Oh, most definitely. So yeah, you make that exchange. Is there anything else you're going to discuss with her? Like, are you going to look for, ask her for another mission now, or are you going to
So
discuss
I'm
it?
gonna. So Jack is going to explain. While we were on this planet, we found a
Oh, right, the data.
abandoned UPP research facility, and we recovered some data from it that Valentino and you may find valuable or useful.
She
And
looks at you and says,
here's
"Is that so?" And we'll, when you hand over like a little, like a USB drive or something, she plugs it into her PDAT and looks it over and it's kind of um, has her usual kind of intense, stern stare as she's looking over the data and says, "This is certainly quite an interesting find there, Jack. So tell me, what is I mean, is there something you are trying to get out of this, or are you just sharing this as a little bit of the more you know PSA?"
well, we thought it might be useful, valuable to somebody, but we don't have. And so, if you do find a seller, we'd appreciate our cut.
She nod, like she gives you a very subtle nod and says, "I'll ask contacts of the syndicate and see if anyone's interested. Might be able to you know potentially extort the UPP for it, though that's certainly a decision I would leave in the hands of Valentino."
Yes, we thought he might be interested in it since it was, sort of the same information as our last mission to recover that special item.
And she says that very well. I will keep this in mind and notify you if I find anyone who's willing to pay a pretty penny for it. Is there anything else? She says.
That's all. Enjoy the snow.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, you guys. Assuming you're leaving her office. I haven't seen plan for a specific character, but
I'm going to stick around. Let
okay,
everyone else filter out.
okay. Well, what she will, because she did, out of character, she did have something for Jack. But she has something for you as well. But um, she says, like, well, she'll tell Jack to, because Artyom spoke up first, that she'll say to Jack, wait outside my office, just a second there, and I'll call you in just a
Very
minute.
well.
And um, she sees Artyom standing there and says, "I'm assuming because you haven't fucked off with the rest of your crew, there is something else you want to discuss. Shut the door behind you."
So I'll shut the door I guess. Hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Be gone, fell
Yeah.
demon!
So
Oh.
I'm going to mention the data found on the drive that Jack forwarded to her. And I'm going to say that I may have a method for profiting off of that. That would
Oh no.
potentially not piss off the UPP as a whole. Because she mentioned like trying to extort the UPP. That seems like a bad idea.
Well, she didn't say she was going to do it herself. She said she was going to raise the proposal to Valentino and let him decide.
Mm-hmm. So I'm raising a counter proposal. Forwarding the data to certain individuals that would be very interested in having it. Our names and our organization wouldn't be involved in any interactions with the UPP itself. And we could potentially get a lot of money from that.
And she kind of, she continues to, stare at you, and says, so if you're talking about, out of character, so you're saying essentially instead of extorting the entire UPP, you were trying to pawn off the information to somebody else, or a specific subset of the UPP, or what?
Without, going into extreme detail, there are certainly interested parties, both, in the UPP government, obviously, and not within the UPP government, uh, that would want to get their hands on this information for any number of reasons. And you mentioned, maybe trying to get money out of the UPP itself by doing this. However, being a formerly involved in the UPP, I have a lot of contacts that I know in particular would be interested in this sort of information, and particularly having this sort of information exclusively.
And she says, she definitely, her interest is piqued, and says, and which groups are you referring to? Are you referring to military contacts or
Military contacts, former intelligence contacts, even if there might be some animosity, even contacts outside of the government and outside of the military, individuals who, well, I don't know how many of those might still be alive. The MSS tends to make them disappear, but there's lots of paths this could take, and some of them more profitable than others.
And then she says, then my question to you is, which of these buddies of yours would be willing to pay the most?
Most likely the intelligence contacts. This was a MSS facility,
Yes.
and the MSS is not too keen on their secrets getting out. So they would most likely be willing to
pay
devote
a premium to.
more funds.
Yeah. She kind of smirks a bit and says, "I like where this is going," um, and says to you, "So just so I understand your plan, so you're proposing to instead of what Jack was suggesting of having me try to, well, myself or Valentino, of course, try to figure out an optimal buyer. You're going to take it in your own hands to try to extort the MSS through an old contact. Is that the plan as I understand it?"
That would be the idea. However, it doesn't necessarily need to be an extortion. This could buy us goodwill with the MSS even. And they are a very useful ally to have.
And she says that, well, I will have to take your word for it. Um, but as far as so the information that you have in that case, um, I will, allow you to. I mean, if he finds out about it, any kind of, you know, conflict between you and Jack obviously does not concern me in the slightest. Let's make that very clear. But if you think you can make a better deal for the both of us, and I guess in your case by extension your crew, um, that I will leave to you. But keep me apprised of the situation.
Noted. I will make sure to contact you the moment I hear back from some of my
Yeah.
contacts.
And she says, "Very well. Is there anything else?"
Out of character, I feel like there was something else, but I don't remember what it was.
I think you wanted you were offering like your services with possible side work, but I'm not sure if that follows what you were just discussing or was something you wanted to do separately.
I think that's something that would need to be like prompted, but I think maybe
I mean,
uh
or you could obviously just try to kiss it like kiss up to her by saying is there anything else I can help
hmm,
you with or prove or
yeah,
whatever. And
that would be a good
especially where
idea.
you just told her that you have associates in the MSS, um, or contacts, however you want to phrase it. I mean, that you could potentially try to offer that as a service to her. Say like, hey, I'll contact an old friend of mine in the MSS if there's something that they can do that you can help with,
Hmm.
or
Oh, you know what?
oh, what's up?
I'll say that seeing as this is something that would uh, buy the organization potentially a lot of goodwill with the MSS, um, it would be very likely that they'd be willing to uh, demonstrate the usefulness of a partnership um, in order to further convince us that we should keep this data exclusive to them. And you know what the MSS is known for.
And she kind of, I mean, says, to sort of get you to make an offer. She says, well, I'm not exactly a citizen of the Union. Why don't you give me a bit of a primer?
Well,
We
they're known
obviously know that
for
they do bioweapons research, given the nature of what was going on at the planet you guys just came from. But yeah, if there's something
so
else that can be offered,
is she a citizen of the United Americas
yeah,
or
she's American.
okay. So imagine the CIA, but bigger and badder, and uh, they don't have to pretend they don't kill people.
So she says, in that case, I mean, am I to gather that you're offering their services as assassins?
It would not be difficult to convince them. They would be more than willing to, as I said, demonstrate their usefulness as a part of negotiations for this data.
And she says, I'm definitely keeping this in mind. That definitely seems like a very useful service to have at my disposal. And you do definitely notice the phrasing "my" instead of like the syndicates or Valentino's. But she obviously doesn't draw attention
Oh
to that.
dear.
That's just something that you pick up on.
Yeah.
Um,
The corner of my lip like
Curls
goes
into a
up in like
smile.
a very slight smile at hearing that.
Yeah. So she says, I'll tell you what, I will think it over. You reach out to whatever little friends of yours you have, and once you get explicit confirmation that they are interested in making some sort of arrangement out of this, then we can discuss the matter further. For now, you're dismissed.
All right. I'm gonna open the door and step out.
Yeah, and then just kind of gesture to Jack to get in. I mean, assuming you're doing so, but I mean, either way, you leaving the office is kind of a cue. Um, so, Magus, does Jack go in? I don't know if you're AFK or not, but I don't see any message in the chat.
If you're saying anything, we can't hear you, by the way. Megas?
Picked a bad time to go pee.
I mean, I
Sorry,
can.
I was
Oh,
putting
oh,
something in the oven to cook.
oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
My
So,
turn to talk to
yeah,
Vosk.
because Artyom finished his conversation. So he leaves the office, and then you kind of take that as your cue to go in. And she's there, and she still obviously, and she says to you, um, you know, your technical skills really came in clutch for dealing with the flawed squad. Hunter and the rest of our bad batch of military renegades are none the wiser to what you've done, and it's thanks to your skill and subtlety that I have a new task for you if you choose to accept it. You can handle it personally or rope your little buddies in on it if you so choose, but though I would prefer having the minimum amount of people with knowledge of this matter.
Very well. What can I do?
She says, though Valentino hasn't caught word of it yet, at least as far as I've gathered, and I myself have only just recently come to this conclusion myself, I have reason to suspect there's a turncoat in our midst, perhaps an informer for a competitor or major superpower. Whoever this person works for is irrelevant. What matters is that our operations haven't been fully secure lately, and consistently enough to where I'm sure that someone is actively sabotaging our work. The goal is to snuff this prick out and make sure he or she potentially hasn't compromised our location. Though as for what to do with this spy on our hands, I'll leave that up to you. We could kill him outright, or we could report him to Valentino and have Valentino make an example of him, or we could potentially try to convert him, get him to reconsider his allegiances. So, however you accomplish this task is up to you. But if you find this guy and with definitive proof, bring him to me alive. Do you have any other questions?
Yes. Well, I'll just say if we eliminate the informant, then whoever his masters are will be motivated to find a replacement. But if we turn the informant, then they won't be.
Well, she says, I mean, that's
And
assuming the informant or like whoever sent the spy actually knows where he is.
well, if he stops reporting, they'll know he's been eliminated.
Very true, but either way, I mean, I'll leave the detective work to you and your technical expertise.
Okay. How should I go about finding them? Like, where should I start?
She says, you know, what I will do is I will give you for like so basically what she spells out is that she will give you um temporary like executive like so every like computer system and like mother unit and like anything that doesn't have direct connections to her or to Valentino you have access to if you want to like peruse network logs or monitor incoming transmissions or outgoing transmissions or anything like that. Like she's giving you temporary access to spy on the organization and see if you can detect any anything that stands out.
Okay, I understand. So I go into the computer, try to find any secret messages.
Yeah, like if you can find any kind of pattern, like whether it's secret messages or you know
Suspicious
information,
pattern.
yeah, anything that could be like sabotaging syndicate crews. So, um, which also gives you access to like previous logs of um, you know like messages that had been sent because like she said there were things that like crews were being sabotaged, so you can potentially find archived records of what that sabotage might have been and possibly use that as a clue. So I mean how you do it is up to you, but it's inevitably going to
Okay.
be a contact roll.
Okay. So I think out of character, like this would take several days probably, right? Because it would be a huge amount of data. Like I couldn't, like it's not just like a 5 minute
Yeah, you're
roll,
not going to
right?
find it in a couple. I mean, like you guys are in kind of an extended downtime, and especially where she has tasked you with doing this, she's not going to be giving you any orders that would you know conflict with it. Um, so it's just like that's like something you're doing, not necessarily non-stop during downtime. Like you could have like
Right.
breaks to eat, sleep, potentially mingle with the other people for a little bit, um, that sort of thing. But that's kind of like the downtime task that she gives you.
Okay. Well, Okay. I'll get right on that.
And she says, "That's what I like to hear," and gives you, there's a slight smirk, and if after a pause, and I mean, assuming you don't say anything else, then she kind of gestures for the door to, get going. So,
Yep. I'll head out.
okay. So while that is going on, the next PC I will cut over to is Dave, um, because you had some
Ye-
stuff you wanted to do as well, correct?
I have a bunch of little stuff.
Indeed.
So
So what are we starting with? I know there were a bunch of questions that you
mm,
had for certain people.
yeah, yeah.
Do you
So
have
I
thought
mean,
about that?
I can say the kind of three things that I'd like to do, and you say what you think is best to start with. So yeah, I'm gonna be continuing my dart analysis and synthesis, but I want to talk with the Flood Squad, and I want to have a chat with Artyom. He's been trying to
Oh boy.
get a hold of him
Okay.
for some
Um,
time.
so what I'll do is because I mean, obviously you got a bunch of stuff going on. I'll say just to kind of keep pass the
Yeah,
mic around among the other players, and I want to just go back to back with
Hmm.
Artyom and Dave. I mean, I'll
absolutely.
give Tobiah and Kelly a chance to do something, but for now, let's just say I mean, do you want to continue your experiments, which would be pretty quick, or do you want to go talk to the Flood Squad?
Let's go to the Flood Squad.
Okay.
He kind of searches them out. Are they in the mess hall bar, wherever he would maybe usually find them? Because he does remember he kind of missed them last time when they went to their mission, and he didn't get a chance to chat. So it's been on his mind. He just kind of wanted to see how they've been reacting.
Okay. So in this case, you don't actually find the squad together. The first person you track down conveniently is Hunter, who is just kind of taking some downtime for herself. Um, she
Hey, Hunter.
and she yeah, and she would be in the galley. So I'll just remove Lombardi's Lions for the
Yep.
time being. Which I mean, obviously, if somebody wants to follow up with them, because there were talks about possibly merging the two crews. Um, Where is
Yes, I
so,
pitched that idea.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there wasn't a clear verdict on that at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
you could. I mean, if that's something you want to do, you could possibly follow up with them.
Yeah,
So
I
where's Dave? Here he is. So you catch up with, you see Hunter there in the bar, and then she just kind of looks to you and says, "Oh, hey, Dave. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing?"
Well,
Out of
better
out
now.
of politeness, she offers you a drink, even though she knows that you can't. You know, I mean, you can drink, but obviously can't really
Yeah,
experience it the same way
thank.
humans can.
you can drink, but you can't enjoy the imbibed part of it.
Right.
I
It's
can't
basically
enjoy
just
the
for
taste, but I
appearances.
can. Yeah, but I can enjoy the gesture. So
Yeah.
he's. Thank you, Hunter, for always thinking of us. But yeah, I just returned from quite a difficult mission. Honestly, I got very close to my breaking point. We had quite a scare, quite a scare there. Some new critters I've never seen before. But I do remember your squad described that you've had dealings with creatures that leave acid burns. I found some that do the same. They were bloody horrific. I was almost decommissioned by one.
And she says, "Yikes. Well, I mean, thankfully you weren't." Um,
Barely. We barely got out of there. But have you ever survived? You have had only one encounter with such creatures, or have you seen them multiple times?
um,
Ours was very kind of worm-like. They were these eggs and spider things, and it just they were a whole lot of nasty. They were small, but packed a punch.
what she says is like, "Well, the creatures we encountered don't quite uh match that description. They were very you know, I mean, she goes on to describe, essentially adult
Yeah.
xenomorphs, saying like, like domed head, no eyes, skin as dark as the depths of space. Um, yeah, goes on to
Oh
read
my,
that horror
there's
story.
more of them. It seems. Good, good to know that we have more things to fear
Yep.
out there in the depths of space. Have you found any particular way in how to best deal with them?
Um,
If we're so unfortunate as to come across them again.
she says, well, they're not bulletproof. Just don't be, just nail
We've
your
seen
targets from a
that.
distance. Which,
Noted.
unfortunately, I can't remember which one. I think it was Emil who took the artificial limb. So,
Yeah, one of them lasted
it
and
was
is
one of the
looking
guys. I
for.
know that much.
Yeah, yeah,
Either
yeah,
Adam or Emil, but I'll stick with Emil. She says, yeah. I mean, Emil found that out the hard way.
yeah. Well, I almost lost my limbs as well, but we are.
Almost. I'm saying that out of character.
Well,
You got both of your arms
I,
fucking
I,
melted off.
yeah, I was left armless, and my head was
Just okay.
all
Yeah.
nasty, 90 degrees in one axis, 180 in the other, and it was horrible. A true horror
It's
show, but
just a flesh wound.
Quite literally.
literally a deep flesh wound, but mine can't get repaired more easily. Unfortunately, I still haven't found a good uh, a good prosthetic vendor for Emil. I've been looking for some, but there's still
Well, I mean,
still none
he has an
on.
arm. Like he has a prosthetic arm. It's
Uh,
not like he's just got one arm.
uh, but I remember in that kind of first conversation, he was like either talking that he would like a either better one or something that like it wasn't that he needed something
No.
like that.
It's not full robotic, is what Dave's getting at. He can't. It's not the Star Wars tech of repairing Luke's hand.
Well,
No,
I
we
mean,
have
oh,
out of character. We still have all those
synth parts.
Like
The
advanced
yeah, the
parts from
synthetics.
Hyperdyne.
Yeah, but I asked about that last time. But they're specifically for synthetics. They're not prosthetic wise to be wired with human flesh,
Yeah, and
etc.
even
So
then, the damage that Dave took was so substantial that he actually had to make a trip back to the Hyperdyne facility to get repaired.
yeah,
Huh.
it was insane. But yeah, Dave kind of continues the chat, and he kind of mentions, "Oh, have you heard about the Lombardi Lions? What happened there?"
And she says regarding where is it? Because I had something specific that I wrote. Hunter says that I have heard, and I have no shortage of sympathy for Luna and her remaining crew. Way I hear it is that Luna took it especially hard, and this station isn't really the best place to turn to for mental health care or counseling. Um, she says that
I wouldn't expect.
the remaining lions are permitted to stay at the den for the time being since they're paying rent for food and water and such, although they haven't had any work since the incident that wrecked their careers. And says that, I've been considering inviting them to join the Flawed Squad since, like us, they don't really fit in either.
That's very kind of you. But did you?
Because out of character, she
I
doesn't know that, Tobiah was angling for Luna to join the PCs. So.
Yeah. Out of character, Dave might not think it's a bad idea for for the Lombardi ones to join Hunter and her squad because there was some friction there, which he doesn't want
Yeah.
to bring up. So
What
he
did
might
you
kind of
do?
support
You
and
know,
push
well,
that
remember
idea.
when so when Luna and her two subordinates were in quarantine and was talking to Jack, and like Jack was trying to gain her confidence by saying like that black substance and like the
Oh,
creatures rest assured that we're going to
yeah.
destroy it. And then Dave strolls in and is like, hey, those sample, like, yeah, I took a sample, we're gonna experiment on it further, and like completely undermining what he said. So Luna absolutely
Yeah.
He was
despises
being
Dave,
He was
but
being truthful, and he's hated for telling the truth. He was saying he was going to help make a vaccine, etc. He was just clumsy. That's
that's nothing
just
new for
happened.
Dave.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why
Dave
out of
is
character
always clumsy.
yeah, but that's what he would be happy if Lombardi's lands would join the flawed squad. But yeah, Dave kind of continues there with Hunter. Um, it's really quite horrible what happened to them. Did you? I don't know if she told you, but um, I actually don't know if we told Lombardi's lands this, but he kind of tells Hunter, uh, Vosk sent us there to finish the mission, get what was needed of the bio samples, which we weren't very successful. But there was no order to rescue them. They were left for dead. We were just lucky to find them, and we managed to save as many as we could. But I was surprised that there's no loyalty to crews in such a manner.
Yeah, she
Do
just
you know of Oscar doing that before?
well, the first thing she does is she just kind of covers her eyes and shakes her head like for why am I not surprised? But um,
Ah,
in terms of asking um, if
yeah. Has this
she admit
happened
like
ever before? Crews left for dead.
yeah. So she says I mean her dissatisfaction is made very clear to you. Um, you know, stopping just short of anything that would be considered outright treasonous talk. She says that I mean, I mean, in response to what you were saying about, what our squad faced, I mean, my squad and I have a good track record and veterancy on our side, but I'm honestly not sure if that'll hold up if we ever found ourselves in Luna's shoes. And she adds to that by saying, the camaraderie I feel with my squad extends to anyone in a similar situation as us, and had I known that Lombardi's lines were in trouble, I'd have dropped their current objective to save them or anyone else. Hell, on at least two occasions, we've answered SOS beacons from civilian ships. Nothing exciting there, but it always feels like the right thing to do. In training, they taught us to prioritize the objective, but my worldview has changed quite substantially over the years. the true value is in bailing out someone who you know will have your back out of gratitude. Not to mention knowing you saved a life instead of taking one. I actually take pride in that, breaking the mold that AW training tried to force me into by trying to convince us that taking lives was all that mattered.
That's actually very, very reassuring to hear for once in this place. But doesn't that kind of clash with the whole vibe of this establishment?
And
Since it
she's
seems with Vosk and Valentino, it's just do what is expected of you, but if you fuck up, you are left on your own, which I didn't really know before signing up to this. I thought
and
there would be some kind of camaraderie in thievery, you know.
and Hunter says, well, then it's all the more reason to make connections, make friends. I mean, even in, I mean, at least with potentially other crews, but even just with your own crew, make sure that all those relationships are airtight. Um, because you never know if who you're going to have to fall back on.
Noted. I've been trying to do that. Haven't had luck in my previous lives with teams in general, but this bunch is unique, and as crazy as we all are, I really hope that we all got each other's backs when the shit hits the fan. As for now, it seemed to be. But rest assured, Hunter, your civility towards everybody here, I think a lot of the crews notice and appreciate it. And it goes without saying, but if you were ever to be in trouble, if the Ford Squad would be, have an SOS situation and left out for dead, as long as we've found out, I can guarantee our crew would jump the situation to help out and save you. Though, with your capabilities, it's probably the other way around. You're doing most of the
It's still
saving,
the
but
thought that counts. So thank you, she says.
it's sad that you're not surprised in that. So you also expect that if something bad would happen, you would also probably be left for dead, as probably any of our crews, right?
And she says, the thought, has occurred to me before, and if anything, it just motivates the five of us to be better. I mean, it is a meritocracy after all.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with the organization is that you basically you get more prestige and earn Valentino's favor by one-upping everybody else. That's
Yes,
not her
yes, yes,
saying
yes.
that. That's me saying that. That's kind of one of the establishing
Yeah,
things
yeah,
about
yeah.
the syndicate. So
Meritocracy. But
I mean that's the whole reason why androids are even allowed to join is because
yeah, that's very appreciated.
so
But yeah, strict rules.
yeah.
If
Like
you fail
the
even once,
conditions of service are kind of a turn off to many people, but at the same time the potential for wealth and glory kind of and basically being free
and
from
opportunities
the
for
rules of
outcasts.
the other governments and corporations is kind of appealing to a lot of people.
Makes sense. But you're saying that if you were in somebody else's shoes and able to decide, you would always prioritize saving friendly and innocent uh, people, I imagine.
And she says, well, yeah.
But again, with such dangerous missions, it seems that it's only a matter of time before every crew eventually either then perishes or just fails spectacularly enough that is left for dead. And maybe not everyone is always lucky to have somebody come and save them. I mean, have you ever thought about the future? It's a strange thing for a synthetic to be asking an artificial womb soldier, but We do have those. We do have
Um,
those.
She says, that's been a regular conversation in our ship's galley that never seems to reach a verdict. I'm beginning to think we're not meant to have a future. We went from being artificially born to serve a colonial marine corps that eventually decided we were scheduled for decommissioning in a very lethal sense. And now here we are serving under two people who don't seem to see value in the lives of others, and without any sort of plan B or retirement plan. We're alive and fugitives of the United Americas, now working for the largest crime syndicate in the Middle Heavens, but for how long before we're on the run again, I don't know.
Do you ever get tired of the fighting, or is it just so ingrained after all these years that you can't imagine a life without it?
Um, she says that um, she actively, like Hunter just tells you straight up that she actively, has, the indoctrination of being, like bloodthirsty and hungry for combat, um, has long since worn off. I mean, she was never really, that way, back during training. Um, I mean, much less during her military service, but especially now after being betrayed by the government and by the military, she just, I mean, this line of work is really just a means for an end.
Just a job.
Yeah. Because the problem
It's
is
good to
that,
hear.
like pursuing normal work just isn't an option for the flawed squad because they're considered
Of
deserters.
course. Of course. Of course, that is understood. I sympathize with your situation in many, many ways, but it's reassuring to hear from somebody who's been active longer that such such violent tendencies can wall off, can fade away. In all confidence, Hunter, sometimes I dream of peace. I dream of a quiet, simple life somewhere,
She says,
with people
well, first of all, I mean, obviously you
people of
notice
all
the fact
kinds.
that, consistent with her, like, open-minded view that she doesn't question the fact that you dream, even though you're an android. She does not call attention to that at all. But also the fact that she says that, I mean, do you have any ideas of what that could be?
I'm not really sure, but recently I've been kind of thinking how it would. It's almost like a childish fairy tale, trying to imagine some things that you feel you are not worthy of, but I don't know, a sanctuary somewhere where on the outer reaches of known or colonized space, somewhere where enough resources can be made to be self-sustaining, but out of the reach of most prying eyes, as a sanctuary in place for the used and abused, the outcast, for any types, be they flesh and machine. It's something that kind of comes to my mind daydreaming sometimes, which I know isn't really plausible at the moment, but wouldn't that be nice?
And she
Wouldn't that
says,
be a nice idea?
indeed it would be. And she says, well, rest assured, if we ever discover such a paradise, you'll be the first to know.
2 dreams then. Any kind of
Yeah, she
toasts
offers
the drink.
toast, glasses clink, and then if there's nothing else, cutting over to
Yeah.
the next scene. Kelly, what are you up to?
But before you
Oh,
continue, I just have to say that I feel that was Dave's "I have a dream" moment.
I have a dream.
That all people will be equal,
with liberty and
not
justice
just
for
men
all.
and women, but also synthetics.
The synthetically fucked up and the fleshly, mentally kind of fucked up. We shall be all fucked up together.
So anyway,
I just had to say that before you.
yeah, no,
get
that's completely justified. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's a good one.
I
So
love
Kelly,
it.
are you doing anything substantial during downtime? Because it'll be like quite a few days.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna check in with the Luna and the rest of the lions to see how they're doing.
Okay. Um, because I'll say this, Tobiah, because you also wanted to check in on them, like follow up with them. Do you guys want to do
Yeah,
that together, or does
yeah,
Kelly
that's
prefer to
fine.
do it
If
alone? I mean, it's up to you, both of you.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, so the two of you have a scene together then. So you'll go and then seek out Luna, and then you do track her down, and she's just kind of, I mean, you know, hanging out, not necessarily in the bar, but just kind of you know around with maybe in like a like crew quarters type space with Luna, Octavia, and Fox. Um, and then you buzz the door to the little like housing unit, and you're welcomed in. Um, and the I mean, like basically you see that Luna is actually having a smoke break over by a window staring out into space, and obviously because it's alien, people can smoke inside of a space station with all the pressurized oxygen killing everyone.
that's
Yeah.
some really bad secondhand smoke. God damn.
No, imagine it's like she lights up her cigar, and then like the whole station explodes, and then you just hear Tobias' voice saying that even though he should have died. Only
In space,
Tobiah
no
could
one can hear
survive
you.
in space. Only Tobiah could survive the fucking explosion, and only Tobiah
I
could
mean,
survive to say "I told you so."
too much oxygen, everyone would die of hypoxia anyway, so it,
Well, but
it'd
the thing is,
still
it's
have to
not too
be.
much oxygen. It's like it's pressurized. Like it's a pressurized oxygen source within the confines of the ship. But I mean, again, you have to consider the fact that this is alien, and they not only smoke regularly inside ships, but they also, um, use fucking flamethrowers.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just something to
The
take into.
And
magic of technology.
yeah. Also, if you think about it, any sort of open flame or any flame inside an enclosed space burns the oxygen there, thus reducing the overall total oxygen on the ship.
That is also true. Um, and interestingly, like aliens specifically kind of acknowledge that because like Sergeant Apone, like when he has a cigar aboard the Sulaco, it's never lit. No, seriously, go back and watch like all the
Yeah.
scenes where he's got his fucking cigar. Like from the moment he takes it out of his cryopod, he never lights it. But anyway,
Hmm.
It's a chewing aid.
yeah,
He likes
like
the
oral, like
taste.
it's basically like that is to him what toothpicks are to Crosshair in the Bad Batch. But anyway,
It's one of El Presidente's super top
Smokeless.
secret
Yeah.
advanced infinite cigars.
Mm.
It's an e-cigar that never has to be reloaded.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, so Kelly and but so like Kelly and Tobias, you go there, you see, Fox and Octavia are like playing cards, and Luna is like those windows that you can kind of like sit up against the window and sort of like like lie up against the window frame, and she's just kind of there, sort of sullenly
Hmm.
smoking a cigarette, looking out into space, and then turns her head, like all three of them turn to look at you guys when you enter the housing unit,
When
and
when we enter, I just look at them and says, "Did we come at a bad time?"
and like like Octavia and Fox just kind of look at each other, and then they look at Luna, and then they all just kind of look at each other, and then Octavia says no.
Okay. Just the weird stare was getting to me. I just had to ask. Um, so, uh, have you kind of figured out what was gonna transpire with your whole crew?
Um, the the two of them that are playing cards, they look over to Luna, Luna takes another, one last puff of her cigarette, and then puts it out and says, "Well, if you are willing to have us as part of your crew, and just so we can get some sort of pay and keep on living here, because otherwise our option is, you know, I mean, it doesn't look
I
good."
will. I'm going to ask this question: how much is it, like, per month in quotation marks?
There are weekly fees for like downtime. Which, speaking of, if you guys are going to be spending a prolonged period aboard the station, then you would actually be paying. I mean, it's not like a daily pay, I don't think, but
Y-
there are rules for it, and I'm pulling those up right now. During
Yeah, I think it's weekly, but yeah.
I'm almost positive it's weekly. I just don't remember how much weekly. I think it depends on like the accommodations that you want.
Yeah,
eh,
yeah.
So,
I,
If you don't find it, you can put a simple version somewhere.
or actually, hold on. Is there a
There was a table for it.
GM?
Maybe
Well,
it's
no,
even
no,
in
is it in the
Foundry. I don't
GM
know.
guide or the player guide?
Hmm. I have no
Short. Okay, hold on.
idea. I'll
Shore
let
leave.
you
Here it is.
see.
Well, hold on. Those are uh, okay. Those are shore leave events. Those are just NPC
Maybe
stats.
expenses. Does that exist?
Okay, it's definitely not in the GM guide. I don't think. I'm not seeing it there anyway. Um, there are downtime tables for downtime events though, which might be relevant if anybody doesn't have anything specific to do. Where is
I have a plan.
what's the plan?
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
You will find out.
Oh Christ.
Oh God.
I'm just trying to find the okay, living. So the living expenses. So yeah, it's weekly costs. So it's $25 for like minimum living standards.
Hmm.
$100 for basic, 300 for normal, and 2,000 for luxurious.
Okay,
And they actually do
so
describe what the
Per
like
week.
yeah per week.
Oh my.
one,
So
two.
basically what they're described as. So for um like the different standards of uh quality here. So like going in
Hmm.
reverse order, so luxury accommodations, uh lavish to the extreme, these penthouse apartments on starships and stations are sometimes located on a separate module with its own support system and supplies. They are spacious, extravagantly stocked with food, drink, and whatever its occupants might need to survive to up to 2 years on their own. That's for luxury. Normal, under Galaxy standard, crew quarters and colony and scientific expedition ships are often more roomy, consisting of a standardized studio area with a small private bathroom. If you're skilled enough, you might even rate your own viewport. And then for like cramped quarters for basic, on some space stations, populations are high and space is optimized. Don't expect to get too comfortable in such places. The lower levels of stations like Gateway have tight hallways and cramped studio apartments with kitchenettes and bathroom facilities all in that one small, like all in the same small area. Um, these apartments can be, but in this case is not the case. These apartments can be so small that it's uncomfortable for two people to navigate one at the same time. And then like long hauls, um, like basically for basic living conditions, like you don't have any like you basically don't really have any privacy. Like like the bathrooms and uh, showers and stuff are all shared. Like you don't have one in your room.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and like the food, I mean, the quality of the food obviously kind of deteriorates the further down you go from luxurious.
So is this the
And so it's
cost
like
per
basically like
person?
dorm living.
Yes.
Yeah, this is per person.
Okay. So you couldn't like say split the luxury apartment with a few different people,
I
could
mean,
you?
you could. I mean, if you like, for
Are
example, if
you
you wanted to pay it, and then now I will say the luxury apartment, I'm not sure that would have enough room for everyone, but
are you making
He,
like a Friends TV show situation? Like a
Yeah,
yeah,
this
a
could
big
be
ass like
awesome.
here's my thought. How many of them are there? There's what, three, four?
yeah, you've got three of Lombardi's lions, and they're all sharing
Okay.
um,
All right.
one apartment
So
complex or
the
one
three
living
hundred
apartment.
dollar one, which is like the below luxurious, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will pay for all four of the for all three of them plus myself for a month. Being on the station or when they come work. So basically, I'm paying them in room and board and extra. Depending on how much we get paid, I'll break it out of how much I make.
Okay. And they definitely, the three of them are all kind of surprised by this. I mean, they don't necessarily burst in tears of joy, but
Yeah,
their gratitude is very apparent.
it's one of those like, are you sure moments.
Yeah, like they're having a hard time believing, because not as hard of a time as you'd think, because you guys, I mean,
Yeah,
aside from Dave being inappropriate, you guys have been pretty consistently good to them.
yeah,
So it doesn't come as a huge surprise. They're still surprised, because now it
yeah.
means that they're not
I
their
kind of,
finances aren't dwindling. But
I just kind of, I'm one of those that I just end up going like, hey, look, I've been there, done that. I don't want to see you guys in the same place I was.
so Luna says, well, is there anything we can do to repay you?
I mean, when we go on jobs on the ship, you stand as guard, and then that's payment enough.
She's so
I'm
that you hear, and then Octavia pipes up and saying, well, that's it. Shit. And then she looks over to Luna and says, well, Captain, what do you think? And she says, yeah, we're in. And then Octavia and Fox nod in vigorous agreement and say, so basically, yeah, there's, I mean, they'll, I mean, if you want to know, obviously there's Isabella to worry about, but,
yeah,
I mean, you could always potentially start bringing her in, like on your jobs as like a permanent, crew member, and then just leave the three
yeah.
remaining lions to guard the ship.
That's kind of what I was like going more towards. That way, Isabella can get like more of a regular cut, if
Fair
that
enough.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, I see your reasoning. Kelly, is there
I like
anything
that idea.
you add to the discussion, or anything you want to say to the lions or to Tobiah or anything else?
I was mainly coming over to see like basically how they were doing, and
You're
get
looking
a
a lot
get a
better
feel
spirits
for.
now.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's
They're
a night and
really
day
happier
difference
now.
after the deal that Tobiah made.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
like, it's like, did we just hit the jackpot, a lottery? What's going on here?
Yeah, and then then you hear like, Fox says, "Shit, man, just a second ago we were just playing blackjack."
Hey, you hit a 21. Congratulations.
Well, I don't know if it means blackjack, but they're playing like a two-player card game. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Uh,
Blackjack was just the first thing that entered my head for some reason.
Texas Hold'em. There you
Texas
go.
Hold'em. All right, Texas Hold'em. There we go.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so they agree to that, and they thank you, and for the first time you actually see, well, for the first time since the disaster that ruined her career, Luna actually smiles.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just I'm just gonna hang out with them for the
Okay.
like remainder of the time we're here, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
like be explaining why I understand why it's so difficult to lose people. Basically, going more into my backstory of like, hey, look,
It all went
I
downhill when I
served
fragged my CEO.
exactly.
It
This is
happens.
this is
Everybody
your
does
equivalent
that
of
sometimes.
Chin's "I got a B in math and my parents disowned me." The
Exactly.
incident that ruined his life.
That's why I'm a drug dealer and a pimp now.
Hey, those are two
See,
separate
math,
instances.
That's a quotable
math is
quote.
dangerous.
Those are two separate instances. Leave me alone.
I'm the
I was
GM for
originally
that game. I can dog on shit all I want, John.
I was originally just a drug dealer. Then one of the
You weren't
druggies
even
wanted
originally a
help.
drug dealer. You became a drug dealer after Owl Woman fucking paid you. But anyway,
Um,
And
then
before that,
apparently
you
you
were
don't know my
carving up
backstory.
corpses.
yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
but so so we know what Tobiah is going to be doing during downtime. Kelly, are you more or less joining him, or is there anything else specific that you'd like to be doing?
Um, Yeah, sure, I'll join them so I can get to know Luna and her lions better.
Yeah.
I also need to go shopping
Okay.
because I want to see if I can find any more. I want to find either another smart gun and more smart gun reloads if possible.
Okay, so
Yeah, having one for Tobiah would be good.
I don't need one.
yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, because basically the smart gun, I mean, it's a really goddamn good weapon. But
The
I mean,
only
in terms
difference between the smart gun and the gun I have is it
one
gives a
damage.
plus to the higher damage and a plus to all rolls once aimed.
Yeah,
That's the only difference.
yeah,
Yeah.
Only,
But I can
only.
push. But I can push. So it equals out.
yeah. So
Mhm.
True.
yeah, that tracks. So I mean, if you still want to look for one, either for him or for just a spare or whatever you want to do, so I would
Yeah,
say
just as a
do
spare in
a
case anything happens to the one I'm using.
yeah, I would say do a I'd say just like a coin flip honestly for another smart gun and then a D3 -1 for smart gun reloads.
I
Okay.
probably should.
Okay, so
Uh,
here's the D2 first. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I probably should offload all the guns and stuff I have just sitting in my locker that we're not gonna use unless someone wants me to keep some.
Okay. So yeah, shit. I should have established if it was well, heads or tails. Okay. In this case, oh, yeah, because I didn't call it heads or tails and then roll again. Heads is yes, tails is no.
Yeah, I'll say heads.
All right. So if you get a one,
So
they
one
have one.
yes, two no.
Yeah.
Aw,
All right.
tragic.
All right. The coin has spoken instead of the dice.
What are you trying to get?
A smart gun.
Hmm.
Now,
I thought you
if
already
you
had one.
well,
So
she
we
was,
have
Yeah,
she
a
was trying to get
spare.
an additional, like a backup one.
Like,
yeah.
Hmm.
So roll a D3 -1 to see how many smart gun reloads are for sale. One.
exactly
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
I mean, you have to consider that's a very expensive and very hard to come by,
hmm
and mainly because like anybody who's trying to loot a battlefield, like to, you have to kill a smart gunner, and usually by the time you see it, the person's already firing at you.
What
Yeah.
does a smart gun reload cost?
Um, usually 5%, but due to the rarity kind of value, I said 10% of the weapon cost. And a
How much
smart
would
gun,
that be?
I think is like $6,000.
Oh boy, so 600 per.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we still have
Oh,
uh the one crew that we met on Terra Nova, and like they do, I think, owe a favor,
Yeah,
but on
because
top of that, like we could just pay them to like do, you know, like, hey, um, we need some smart gun reloads. We'll pay, I don't know,
yeah,
to
because
get some of those.
I mean, because they are, essentially, freelance, mercenaries, not necessarily in like a soldier sense. It's just they're mercenaries in the sense of like, whoever hires them to do this or that. So in
Mhm.
terms of smuggling or has hired guns or whatever, that's kind of what those guys do. Um, so I mean, you could, reach out to Colbert and have him try to procure some smart gun ammo, which like, you know, that basically is another source of like basically another role that's because that's not to guarantee that he'll get it. Um,
Hmm.
but it improves your odds.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say that I'll I'll pay 1,000 per up to 5.
Okay, hold on. I need to up to 5 reloads.
Yeah,
Okay,
like if obviously if he gets like 10, I'm not gonna drop down $10,000.
right.
Um,
Hold on. I'll make
but
a
I figure we need to be stocked up on that.
yeah. I'm just trying to avoid a steel talents incident where the players are basically had unlimited ammo. So, um,
Yeah.
I'm just writing that.
The smart gun is our saving grace.
Gotta keep the K1000 Terminator stocked up.
I don't know why I've become the de facto smart gunner, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's,
We
that would
have to
work.
have at least one of those.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
The Incredible Hulk with a minigun.
so, yeah, what I'm thinking of, and I also see Jack's message that in terms like, so RTM, if you want to expand that order and also try to get some um like some F44A reloads or like any other kind of
Yeah.
ammo that you're looking for, like make a
Sentry gun
list,
reload.
make a list in Underworld group notes or Underworld of like what specifically you guys are like looking for.
Probably use another F44 AA reload.
Okay.
Because I have Blitz's reload that
Right.
he gave me,
Okay.
so I probably need to
Yeah.
have one more.
Okay.
But I also have 9 M41A pulse
Okay. So pulse,
rifles
yeah,
left.
M41As, you're fine.
Do they use the
Yeah.
same ammo?
No.
No,
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 10 of their reloads too, so I have 9 rifles full plus
Yeah, and you can always
10
just take the
reloads.
magazines out of the rifles that you aren't using.
Yeah,
So
but I was gonna see if I could sell them to like someone and be like, here.
yeah, I mean, you could
We
sell.
better keep that ammo, though. I mean,
Yeah,
the
no, you can
Oh,
rifles
I'm
keep
we
the
can
keep
maybe
ammo.
give.
I'm keeping the 10 spare reloads, but I'm selling the full 9. That's what I was getting
Yeah,
at.
you're selling the rifles that aren't being used. Um,
Yeah, that's why I
so
was asking if anybody else wanted one before I sold
yeah,
it.
that's a good point. But just before we cover that,
I have one
so
still.
RTM is so am I understand the smart gun reload order is being expanded to include F44AA pulse rifle reloads?
Yeah. Do all of us have an F44AA?
I know at least 2 people, possibly 3. Okay, hold on. I think okay,
I do.
RTM, Jack, and Tobiah, I know for a fact all have
Let's
them.
see.
Dave,
And that's a more common thing, right?
yeah, I mean, because it's no longer actively used by the Colonial Marines, you kind of find it a little more often with like smugglers and colonists.
Dave
I
is
guess
Okay.
using
I'm
the
kind
good
of
old classic
surprised. Like,
pulse rifle.
is the ammo just not widely available? I mean, there's not
Well,
like
the
it's not just
F44AA is a bit more widely available. I would say in that case, if you guys want, like, if somebody wants to roll, like, I would say a D3 plus one instead of a D3 minus one, that guarantees at least 2, and at most, well, I'll say instead of
Okay.
D3, bump it up to a D4, so it's at minimum 2 and at most 5.
And that would be just what's on the station that we can buy, right?
Correct. You could still
Okay.
place an order from Colbert to get you
Yeah.
more.
I'm
think what-
thinking 5% of the pulse rifles cost the. Oh no, that's the M41A.
sorry. What's the roll you said? D3
Um,
plus 2.
D4 plus 1, and that's how many F44 reloads are on the station. Okay, 2.
Well, that's bad.
I
Still, it's
think
2 more reloads than you
we
had, and
also
unlike the smart gun, it's not a 10% of the cost; it's only 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the F44A I think is 1500 instead of it's 1500 instead of 1200.
So it'll be
So
75.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
150 for both.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which you guys can divide that as you see fit.
Yeah, I'll just pay the 150 and be like, all right,
Okay.
who
We need
needs
the
one
set.
extra reload?
We need
I
sentry gun
could use wool.
reloads as well.
Okay. So
All
Jack's
right,
getting
That's very
the pulse
important.
rifle reloads, and then who's
I'm
getting the other?
taking the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask. We
here.
recovered both the sentry guns, right?
Yeah.
We need to.
Yes.
Do we need to reload those? Like, how does that work?
They do use bullets. You would need to get reloads specifically for the BD4 sentry gun. Like the BD4 is the UPP version of the Colonial Marine sentry gun, but the ammo is not interchangeable.
Yep. It eats up ammo, but it's very strong, very good.
Oh, definitely.
We really
you have
we
40%,
really need ammo for those
yeah,
things.
you have 40% ammo in both guns.
The
Okay.
571C sentry gun costs 12K. Is the UPP one the same?
Yeah, I would say in terms of cost and like the only difference between the two is they use different ammo.
Okay. So is this a situation where like the ammo used in this thing is like interchangeable with, say, I don't know, like an M41A or whatever, to the point that like you would still have to buy the reloads separately, but they wouldn't be like super rare?
This game doesn't really do shared calibers like Twilight 2000
Yeah.
does. Like,
Yeah.
because even
I
even in the
just mean
lore,
like,
like for example, like the pulse rifle, like the weird thing, the pulse rifle and the smart gun technically use the same caliber, except the pulse rifle is 10 by 24, the smart gun is 10 by 28.
mhm.
So, um, so yeah, you would need like you would need ammo for the BD4
Specific for that
specifically.
gun,
Yeah,
Yeah, but like
which would be a
I,
rare, expensive thing. So that would be a good way to use that favor up as well.
yeah. See, I was just asking because if it's like an ammo that something else uses, then like, yeah, no, obviously it would still be really expensive, and I imagine the sentry gun has to hold a lot more, like, um, but like just as far as, like if you go to any gun shop, they're gonna have like 9 millimeter. Um,
right.
so
Yeah, but this is not a generic kind of common
Yeah,
ammo for sentry guns.
yeah. We're
It's
talking like higher
military grade
caliber
special stuff.
um,
Talking
ammo that's
50
used.
cal.
Yeah, something pretty damn close. Like it's like crew
yeah,
served
okay.
weapon ammo,
I played.
not like small arms.
So would it be
Yeah, it's
10%
not
or
available.
5%?
Um, to buy ammo for the BD4 at the station, I would say it's 10%.
Mamma mia. And same price as the,
Sentry gun, yeah, this it's the same cost and the
okay.
same stats as the UA 571C. Um, so
Uh,
I'm going to say in that case, it's like the smart gun reloads is going to be D3 minus one. Okay, so you actually get two,
oh, sweet.
That's very
and they
good.
are priced at 10% instead of 5%, just as a reminder. So whatever
Okay.
10% of 12,000 is.
Yeah, just 1,200, so
Okay.
2,400.
Yep.
I'll pay that.
Okay.
And I'll put an order for uh two more at 1,500 each.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to update the. Uh, I just updated the message that I currently. But if you want to add, I mean, if you want to keep writing and add whatever specific notes that you were doing, then go for it.
I have the sentry guns. Can you give me like I guess it's a custom item. I'm not sure how I could add it just to
Um,
track the ammo for the sentry gun.
sure. Hold on. I need to. What I'll do is I'll just duplicate the UA
Just
571C.
if you just duplicate the ammo for like the standard ammo, and then you can just rename it.
Yeah. So that too. So Magus, I just made a BD4 sentry gun item. Literally just duplicated and renamed the UA sentry gun. Um,
Yeah. So where is that?
if you look in the items directory and just type BD4, it's the only thing you'll see.
I see the weapon, but not the ammo.
Well, the ammo, like I said, way back, is like there's a spare reload custom item. Like you drag that onto your sheet and then just change the name to like spare ammo parentheses BD4.
I guess I'm just not seeing in the sheet like how to drag just the ammo. When I
Um,
search the item, I see the weapon. I don't see
like I said,
You,
this
an
you
ammo.
so
don't
spare
you don't
reload is
search.
an item. Like search spare reload, and that is an item. It just has a generic
Okay.
red
Okay.
bag.
Yes.
So you drag that onto
Got it.
your sheet, and then you just manually change the name to like spare reload parentheses BD4. That way I
Yes.
don't have to
Yes. I
make like a
got it now.
million different custom items. Like there's just
Yeah.
one item, and then you can change the name to whatever you want it to be. So
I just put a note in the notes section
yeah,
or comments
that
section, I
works.
guess.
But I mean, if you have spare reload on your sheet, it also will track the weight. Um,
Yeah.
because as a reload, I mean, for nearly every weapon is 0.25. So okay. So Shopping wise, so Kelly was doing that, and has
So
that all. Oh, sorry.
yeah, so we're placing in like a standing order for FA-44 ammo, right?
Well,
This is
Artyom
through
is
the contact
yeah.
we made on
That
Terra
is
Nova.
F-44.
Yeah. And to be clear, this isn't like using up the favor we have from them. We're just like paying them. Or I guess I'm sort
you're
of
hiring their
sponsoring
service
this.
rather than cashing in the favor. Like you have them as a contact, and you're using them as essentially, an
It's
indirect.
like, hey, can you go shopping for us?
Pretty much, yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
labor.
And they're getting a premium on top of the cost of the item.
Yeah, like they're
So,
getting more
you know,
than the
they're
item is actually worth. So that is more than enough incentive to get them to do it. You're not going to get
Yeah.
results instantly, but I will say like between now and your next mission, somewhere around that time, that's when you'll have to get it from now, and you will have to go out and meet them somewhere because Valentino would not be crazy about the idea, especially people that failed to join the syndicate would not at all be crazy about them being lured directly to the syndicate's base of operations.
that makes
So
sense.
like when when Colbert reaches out to you and says, "Hey, we got what you were looking for," then the next step is you're going to have to tell them like, we're going to meet
us
here
at
at
such
this
and
date.
such place.
Correct. But I just wanted I was just wanting to know like what is the full shopping list before you send the message.
Does everyone have the like E-series watch and everything?
Yeah,
I know we had talked about that before.
I bought
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah,
mean, you can
easy
just
to
buy that at the
find.
station. Something like that isn't.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
bunch of like med kits and other stuff as well.
Yeah. So
Oh, I could if we
Nap
could get more
relief.
electroshock grenades. Those were I have one, but if we could get more, that'd be great.
How much are those? 400.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll say up to 3 electroshock grenades at
okay.
600.
All right.
Just
Oh,
I'm going for
actually,
like basically
Oh, you're saying
roughly
something, Kelly?
plus 50%.
I want to look into getting the rest of the team the high beam shoulder lamps or flashlights.
That would be very useful.
Since only a couple people have flashlights. I almost forgot about
Bring
that.
that shit.
I mean, you could buy standard flashlights and they can be mounted on weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
And like something
Probably
as
cheaper
basic
that
as
way.
flashlights would, they would be cheaper and more easily obtained. So if you guys just want to buy flashlights while you're here, or if you want to buy flashlights for your colleagues, because you have a shoulder beam lamp, Artyom's suit has a light, and then I think I think Jack, was it you that had the flashlight or was it somebody else?
Yeah, I
Jack.
have a flashlight and I like taped it to my rifle.
Okay, so the only two people who don't have flashlights are Tobiah and Dave.
Would it be also from my armor that I would be able to get?
As I understand it, the shoulder beam lamp as seen in Aliens can be removed.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like my M3 personal armor.
Right. I'm just
Would
saying
that have?
Does it come with it or does it need to get
the
one?
game does not.
Yeah.
It doesn't clarify that it does.
So the
Okay.
shoulder lamp, it's only $60, so like literally everyone can just get it. But it says basically there's like a mounting bracket on the ape suit,
Yeah.
M3 Kevlar, or 6890,
Yeah,
allowing you to use it
6090.
with hand free.
Yeah.
So just if you have one of those armors, just get the shoulder lamp.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the shoulder lamp which mounts to your armor, or you can get a flashlight that mounts to your weapon, or it can be handheld.
Yeah.
I think the flashlight is cheaper, but
Yeah,
I mean, this is a
flashlight
trivial amount of money for us. So.
right,
like
but
4. Yeah.
I mean both of them ultimately light up a zone, and that's the important thing. So, so if you, I mean, for Tobiah and Dave, what do you want to buy? Either, do you want to buy a flashlight or a shoulder lamp?
I can get a shoulder lamp. The
Okay.
thing is, I need to rebuy my armor as well. That was
Yeah,
something.
because his armor got
That
completely
is also
fucking
planned.
melted.
All right. I'll I'll buy you some new armor because it's partly my fault, Dave.
No,
so.
no need.
Okay,
Dave has a dumb amount of cash, so
Okay.
he's
So
gonna.
what kind of armor are you looking for?
So either the Colonial Marine or the UPP
Yeah, the UPP
is
6B90.
preferable. Yeah, the classic with
Yeah.
2 armor. 1.
Yeah, so I'll say, I mean, roll a D2. Heads is yes, they have it. Tails they don't for the Colonial Marine armor. And then and then in the case of the UPP armor, I'll say it's a instead of a coin flip, it is a D3 -1, just to give better odds of there being a second suit. Okay, so the coin was standing vertically. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then
So to find the UPP one then.
well, like I said, the UPP one there might not be any in stock, but in this case, I'll say roll a D3 -1. Increase the likelihood that there is one. Because I don't like the idea of it being
Come on.
guaranteed that there is, but
Yeah,
there
makes
should be
sense. I
better
like.
odds. I think this.
Yeah, the roll is good. Let me see.
All right. And who knows? There could be a second one that has. Oh my god.
God damn it! Okay. Dave's wish was getting, both armors, having a normal armor, and dog catch
Tell you what
the
I'll say
apes.
is that if you want armor, you can get like the Kevlar vest will be in stock regardless of.
The
I know
M3
it's
personnel armor.
If he's trying to find then his other option, specifically after the acid attack, he definitely wanted to get as well
an ape suit.
an ape suit, which will be his only armor if he's lucky.
All right, roll a D3 -1. Oh my.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Oh, Dave, honey.
Crying man emoji.
Maybe can we?
You would
You
put
want an
armor
ape
in the
suit?
requisite
I'll
order.
put it in the order.
Yes. You can't. Dave, I'm so sorry, man.
This gif encapsulates great Dave's grief.
How much is what was it? The ape suit that you wanted?
The ape suit, I believe, is 3,000.
Okay. Whoa.
It is.
5,000.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
5. Oh, it's even more than I thought.
Okay.
Dave will accept the premium. Dave has dumb amounts of money, so he will fork up what's needed for that.
Okay.
But if you,
I would say offer 6K and I'd split it with you 50-50.
Okay.
no need. He'll pay for his end. No
Alright.
no need about that at all.
Do you want to
too
just
much.
order an ape suit, or do you want to also order M3?
He doesn't need an M3. He'll take the UPP. You take the UPP one.
Okay.
It would be helpful if we had some extra armor, like at least 1 or 2, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
Tell
want
you
to
what,
take
because of the shopping has been kind of going on for a while. Between sessions, hash out what you want to get.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
so we can actually continue with like playing.
Yeah.
So, but final call for Kelly. Is there anything else you want to do narratively before we cut over to another PC?
Narratively, no.
Okay. So.
I'll just put in the chat what else I'm gonna.
All right, yeah, you guys just anybody who's not in focus currently, just think about what you want to put in the requisition order. So
I just want to know, how are you wanting me to sell the pulse rifles?
I would say you will get 50% of the base cost, but you can do manipulation or have Artyom do manipulation to try to, like, if he goes there with you at some point during downtime, which he can.
Yeah, I will let Artyom haggle for the price on this.
So roll a manipulation. Each success gives you an additional 10% to the, because basically, so the pulse rifles, like I said, they're half the price. Do you want to push that?
Pathetic.
All right, slightly less.
Pathetic.
2 successes.
So I will say
10% is 120.
What
so
I'll
that's
do
an
instead
additional
of just
240.
do percentages, I'll say like, so if the base cost is 600 essentially, because it's 1200, but then it's half. So I'll say instead of
Yeah.
being 600, you're getting 800 per.
Okay.
So whatever 800 times 9 is yeah, how much money you're getting for the pulse rifles.
7200.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, you can sell them. So you sell the pulse rifles minus the ammo.
I keep the spare. Yeah, I keep the spare reloads.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying, minus the without the ammo.
Yeah. I will give. I will offer Artyom half.
Oh, you're
How
giving
much
him
is
half
it?
the money. He's
3600.
I'll take 1,000.
Just 1,000?
Well,
Yeah.
okay. 3600 is half.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. How much did you make from that?
7200. 72. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
damn. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Since I'm going to be dropping a lot on the reloads and stuff, I will absolutely accept that.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's why I kind of offered.
yeah, so you each get 32 or $3,600.
Yep.
That okay. So anyway, if that has resolved, I will
I'm
cut
all
back up.
done now.
Okay, cool. So cutting back over to Jack, and your search for the mole. So I need a Comtech roll, and you will get a +2 to this.
Okay.
Or actually,
Do I also
given your level of access, I'll say it's a +3 instead.
does does my diagnostic device also give me a bonus here?
Because you're not hacking into a computer system, you're just using like inspecting a computer system to notice activity. I would say no, but you do get a +3 from the level of access that Speaker Vosk gave you.
Okay.
Oh boy, all right. So that is sufficient. You need not push. So you do find out, like you notice a specific pattern, um, in terms of like, you manage to connect messages that have been, routed through the station's AI core to various ships. Like, so usually when, like, what you realize is that, so when Speaker Vosk gives you like an objective, she isn't the one who personally transmits information like coordinates or anything. I mean, like a dossier, she'll hand to you in person,
She has
but
minions.
yeah, she like basically, tasks somebody with like, you're in charge of, dispatching coordinates and all this and that, and you manage to, you know, make a connection between like messages that were sent to crews that went on botched missions and the person who sent those. Um, and that person is a member of the Den's engineering staff, who in the log, his name is Gary Klaber. And you basically, I mean,
Sorry, can you spell? Can you just post the name in the chat or
I'll
something?
post the name in Foundry. Gary Klaber. So, he would be, is there a mother? Well, I mean, this is quote unquote a Seegson station, so it'd be, I'll say like,
Of course, fucking Gary. I
yeah.
knew it. I hated that guy.
You didn't even know he was on the
Fucking
station.
Gary.
Goddamn Gary.
Um, so I'll just, where's Jack's token here? I mean, are you going to immediately report him to Speaker Vosk, or are you going to go confront him yourself?
Neither. I'm
Okay.
going to, because I have a suspicion that's not solid evidence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some additional time. I want to like hack into, if I can access like his personal messages or maybe his bank records, anything like that. I want to see, is
Okay.
there anything that correlates this information?
Yeah, with with the extra bit of information from the stunt, you basically you find evidence that, like, in terms of like written orders, um, that he is actually here on behalf of the CIA. Um, but you also find out that there have not been any outgoing transmissions. Like he has not been sending status updates to the CIA, but he has still been sabotaging the syndicate's operations.
That's interesting. So how do I think that he's actually sabotaging? Is he sending them on bad missions, or like how's he actually setting them up to fail?
Well, like he's sending them, um, you know, misinformation. Like he will send them, coordinates that lead them into like, you know, I'm trying to think of the words, but like not necessarily
Trolls.
not necessarily intentional sting operations, but sending them into like, giving them, hyperspace coordinates that lead them directly into like a military blockade or something. Like something that basically,
Makes it
lures
look like an
them.
accident.
Yeah, it looks like an accident. And because the crews either, you know, die or get arrested or just narrowly escape by the skin of their teeth but don't know what happened, then that's what's kept them from, being like avoiding, like that's how he's avoided suspicion.
Okay, I understand. So
So,
yeah, so I think I'm going to go to Vosk and say, hey, this is what I found out. I think we have pretty compelling evidence against this Kleber guy. I think um, I think what we should try to do is capture him and interrogate him. Um, I didn't see that he was sending reports back to his masters, but he may be doing it some other way, like he may be using physical couriers. I think we should still try to interrogate him and see if it's worth flipping him to our side.
and she says,
Is this something you're roping everyone in on, or
that was my next question, is that,
Not yet.
all right.
It's
I
a
guess it
private
depends on what
project.
Vosk says. We'll see here.
Well, she did say before that, well, what she specifically told you was that, in terms of finding out who the turncoat is, that she was fine with you letting some of the crew know, but she wasn't particularly enthused. Like she was very intent to keep the scope of the investigation to as few people as possible. So,
Less people that know about it, the better, essentially.
exactly.
Right. So up until now, I haven't included anyone. I'm saying, like, if she wants me to go capture him, then I would bring people in,
Um,
right? Because I would need support.
so, um, she thinks about it and, says, well, I mean, assuming that wasn't your plan, she says, I mean, are you planning to, apprehend this guy on your own? Because, I mean, regardless of what you do, you have my full authorization to do it. Um, but if you need backup, then you are within your rights to um, bring a few people of choice, um, provided that you keep the business at large under wraps. Like, in other words, saying, approach specific people, but don't like put up an open casting call for, hey, I need people to help me round up a fugitive.
Yes, I understand. So Jack will say, okay, I'll use my crew, and I'll just tell them that we've been ordered to detain this individual.
Okay. And what she will do is she will print out like, essentially like the equivalent of like a receipt that has like, printed orders, and then she personally signs it. So like if anybody, questions you or tries to apprehend you, you can present that and say, hey, I'm acting directly on orders of Speaker Vosk.
Basically, she signed the arrest warrant.
Correct. Um,
at the bottom
so
of the receipt, there's a link for a survey, and you get a free McChicken if you fill it out.
um, so
Well, knowing Vosk could be like a free McKick in your teeth.
No, that's only for me
Yeah.
or the
There's
androids.
there's one member of our crew. I'm sure she'd be delighted to pass that
oh,
out
there's
to.
more than one.
Yeah.
Oh
And
God,
also we'll put
multiple
that
people are
into
pissing her
context in a
off.
bit. But well, let me.
So, did you have something else Vosk was going to say?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say that. Well, I mean, aside from joking that there's definitely more than one person who she'd want to kick their teeth in, but um, there isn't anything else that she says or tells you. Well, I mean, the one thing, she says, obviously, I mean, just to, I mean, you already obviously know, but she says, make it abundantly clear to your crew that this guy's to be brought in alive and nobody else is to be killed. If if that winds up happening, I will hold you personally responsible for it.
Understood.
So
So Jack will depart. He'll
okay.
round up the rest of the squad and explain the basics of the situation, which is I have an arrest warrant here from Speaker Vosk. It's absolutely critical we capture this person alive, and that there are no other, there's no other collateral damage. I can't reveal more details than that. This is a sensitive matter.
Tobiah raises his hand.
Yeah. No
So like a
questions.
school teacher
Why?
will point at will like deliberately ignore Tobias and is like, any questions? Any questions from anyone else?
You just holds hand up, starts waving.
Yeah.
Or no,
And he
there's
goes,
like the kid where he's like desperate to answer the question, so he starts like leaning up from his desk and like frantically
yeah.
shaking his arm.
Well,
And then exasperated, Jack will
Hmm.
finally, yes, Tobiah.
So we're no headshots then.
No shots unless they're non-lethal. So if you have, I think I can't remember.
Pulls out under
Out of
barrel
character, I can't
grenade
remember.
launcher.
Someone has the stun rounds. I think stun
Yes,
baton
that's
round.
me. It's actually in
Yeah,
the
he's
grenade
got
launcher.
fucking baton rounds that are explicitly not
Under
lethal.
barrel. Yeah.
Dave
So
is
I will
readying
say,
his.
Tobiah, I know you have the stun baton rounds. I think that those would be very appropriate
Ooh.
for this situation.
I've been wanting to
I
use
also have
those.
2 electroshock grenades that I've been stashing away.
We can make this a lot easier with just tranquilizing him.
That's a good point. Just make sure you
I
don't
do have
accidentally
them.
give him the one that
Crazy
makes him
one.
go bananas and try to rip us to pieces.
I would never. As he kind of checks his thing and silently, opens his eyes and changes to another one.
Uh,
You're like,
mm.
I would
Oh,
never
uh-oh.
do that.
I would
Looks
never
at
mix
other
them up.
one. Oops.
So I assume then the whole ensemble is in favor, and also Isabella will obviously be absent from this encounter for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So in part because she doesn't. I mean, I think she has an ES4 pistol, but I think didn't she loan that to you? can't
She
remember.
did, yeah. But I'll
Okay.
give it back to her.
All right, you would have given it back. All right, cool. But I mean, still, you guys have a sufficient amount of, like subdue him rounds. So,
We have
yeah,
enough of go to sleep
I have a stun
rounds.
baton.
yeah. I mean,
Or I
you've
could
got,
go and
you've got
choke
a
him
stun
out, I'm sure.
baton rounds, electroshock
I
grenades, and a
I
fucking
do have a stun
tranquilizer.
baton as well.
Yeah, so you've got more than sufficient means to take him down. So, my question is, are you going to ambush him while he's in his workstation, or are you going to wait for him to go somewhere else?
I'm going to fabricate a message to him, making it seem like his supervisor wants to talk to him somewhere,
Okay.
and like in an office or something, and we will ambush him there.
I mean, do you want to just straight like lure him directly to Speaker Vosk?
No, because that he'll be too suspicious about that.
Okay. So, let me see. Because I think there's um office. Okay,
I'm gonna like
detect.
raise my hand. So why are we doing this? Don't they have like people specifically for like the on station security stuff?
I think you should consider it positive that Vosk trusts us with this sensitive task.
So it's a sensitive task.
She trusts us. Really?
Well,
Now
I
I'm
guess
really suspicious.
some of us more than others.
She
She
trusts
trusts a
all
couple of us.
mercenaries equally, but some more equally than others.
Well, I mean, technically, I mean, in the scope of this, I mean, she trusts she trusts Jack, and trusts his judgment, but not necessarily everybody else. I mean, obviously she's kind of receptive to Artyom, but that's it.
And she wants to, kill me in my sleep.
I mean, she tried to kill you in your sleep and intentionally held herself back. So,
Hmm.
Why do you think I said she wants to?
yeah,
I didn't say.
she's not going to yet, but um, yeah. So
Keep fucking with her, see what
yeah,
happens.
yeah, fuck around and find out. Exactly. So, um, I'll say this operations center is like a maintenance office, I guess, up here. So um, there would be people there. Are you going to have them clear out, or
Um, I think I think we can we. Is there a place where we could bring him where it is more private?
I mean, you could just ambush him in his fucking living quarters.
Dave can just go, can just come up close to him, say we need to talk, and just press against his chest and boom,
Well,
the little
Yeah,
right.
I like
thing.
that idea. That we wait till he's in his quarters. We just kind of knock on his door and like, Dave, you try to like immediately incapacitate him,
All right.
basically.
Okay. So, yeah. So I'll just say his quarter. I'm not going to move all the tokens because it's probably going to be like a point and click adventure. But his quarters are here. Um, and hold on, is there a show players? Um, like for his. I mean, you can kind of see his art, but I mean the contrast is a little off. Um, hold on, there we go. That's a mugshot of the guy. Um, so,
He's
um,
one fuggy looking guy.
Hmm.
so basically, yeah, you
Was he
open the.
made in the Starfield character creator?
Yes, yes, he was.
Holy shit! How did I identify that? I gotta go outside.
Nice.
Yeah, I made him in fucking Starfield and used the the in-game camera to
I don't
stab him.
know. Is your air quality good enough that you can go outside?
Actually, no. No, there's a thick smoke
Oh my
over everything.
god damn.
Thanks,
Um,
Canada. Fucking
yeah,
assholes. And their
yeah.
maple syrup.
Well, I think it's more like thank you, U.S. government for destroying the forestry service.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway, so you open his office door, and what I'll do is hold on, I need to where are all the PC tokens. Um, I'm going to just add everybody to initiative, just to see if he reacts first.
Somehow goes first with everybody that now has fast reflexes.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but there is still a possibility. Hold on. Okay, so Artyom Kelly. Okay,
you gotta give them a fighting chance.
where the fuck is Tobias token?
Oh, where is Tobias?
Oh, hey,
Huh?
oh, here he is. Here he is. So add
I'm
him.
hiding. I'm off in the corner,
All
cracking
right.
nuts.
Vosk actually killed you. The rest is just a
Yeah, no, Kelly
hallucination in your
automatically
final
goes first. We
moments.
want to still roll fast reflexes for everybody else. So Artyom, draw another card. So you go from 5 to 3. Dave goes
We all have
from.
fast
I
reflexes.
know. I'm rolling that. Draw another card from, well, 6 or 10. You'll stay at 6. Um, and you can all switch with each other, just for clarity. Draw another card. So Jack goes from 7 to 1, and Tobiah
Nice.
goes from. Oh, hold on. That's swap initiative. We need to draw another card. You go. Well, you're staying at 8. Your other option is 9. So yeah, like over half the party goes before Klaber. So as I understand, the plan is to have Dave go first.
Yes, I was about to say I will switch with you, Dave, so you
All
can
right.
maybe just knock this guy out.
All right. So I will
Oh,
swap Jack
it's
and.
Dave, Tobiah, then
Question. If
Kelly.
hypothetically Kelly would go first and grapple him, would that help me to automatically be able to, if she
No, because he's still
successfully grapples
struggling,
him?
and there is the possibility that if you miss, you hit her. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't have any effect on her, but you would still miss.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
then he'll go first and do his thing.
all right. So hold on. But first, in terms of order, so Dave, then, I mean, are we fine with Kelly and Artyom, or do we want to swap two people around before Glaber goes?
I mean, maybe I should order David to trank him.
Yes, yes, that would really
Okay.
help.
So I will swap Dave and Artyom, and then I guess Dave and Kelly.
Yeah.
Hold on, swap.
Kelly's got the
The fuck? Why is it not?
gorilla fists for if the tranquilizer doesn't work.
I also
Why
have the
is
stun baton
Why is it
rounds.
letting me
So
fucking switch Dave around? I don't understand. Let me refresh the fucking page.
Dave is unswitchable.
Yeah, for once. Let me eventually reconnect. All right, there we go. So swap Dave with Artyom. Now it lets me swap. All right, and then swap Kelly and Dave. Or not with Kleber. Kelly. Okay, and then Kelly, do you think it would be best to swap with like maybe Tobiah or somebody? What do you want to do? Because Tobiah does have the baton rounds.
Yeah. Uh, sure, I'll swap with Tobiah so he
Alright.
can get him with the baton rounds.
Bet you guys weren't expecting
'Cause I'm
combat
sure,
downtime, right?
like,
No.
not really.
Nope.
Because those baton rounds, it can be really nasty and
Yeah, they
like
pack
knock
a
the
they
dude on
pack a
his ass.
punch.
I doubt this is going to be a particularly dangerous encounter.
Not really, but there is always the
Uh,
possibility. So,
He
okay,
turns into
so
a bodybuster.
yeah, so all right, so RTS to begin encounter. So, the door whooshes open, and then this guy, I mean, he wasn't in bed, but he turns around. He was like walking like from his kitchen to somewhere else in the room, and then he sees you, and obviously sees a whole group of people armed, and obviously makes a connection. So, what are you saying, RTM?
Uh, quick, David, tranquilize him.
All right, command roll.
I would see
I mean,
if you can make him give himself
very.
up.
It's like in Fury where you're just like shoot that guy.
I doubt I could like convince this guy to like talk to us, right? That wouldn't be worth trying even.
Depending on what you say, it could, but
Hmm.
I mean, it would probably be quicker to just take him down. So,
Yeah.
Send him to the night zone.
yeah. So,
All right, David, trank him. Why do
Woo!
I still have stress or panic?
yeah, you should not have stress by this point.
So
So
it's 2 successes then.
yeah. So 2 successes against, or to
Yeah.
boost Dave's shot. And then do you want to
Should be
do anything
okay.
else? Like, do you want to do another command, or do you want to pull out a weapon, or?
I would definitely push that, so I'm gonna have to do that manually.
Yeah, you're rolling 7ds or 7db plus 1ds.
Okay, I thought it was 6, but that makes sense.
Yeah, well, no, you have 9 dice. 2 of them are successes, so then it's 7 because you're re-rolling all the blanks. Okay, so you've got another 2 successes.
Fantastic.
Now
And
watch
then
Dave fuck this
Can
up.
you push?
who's?
You can push twice. I can't remember.
I don't think that's a thing in the new version.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think you kind of can, and with certain talents, but I can't remember if the officer talent got hit by
Uh,
that. Okay.
Nothing that
Yeah,
I have.
the new version can't.
Oh, that sucks.
I am also going to, because I do have the ability to do 2 commands. One is a fast and one is a slow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Tobiah
Mhm.
to stun baton him.
Okay. So then,
Knock that man out.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Get him with a stick.
Put that man on the floor.
Okay. So that's 2 successes. Do you want to push that or leave it?
Oh, you know me. Have I ever not pushed a roll?
Yeah, it's your own detriment, but
Time or
sometimes you're a
two, maybe.
success. Okay. So Dave has a +4. Tobiah has a +3. So, all right. So that's RTM's full turn. So Dave, he does have
Understood.
to do an opposed stamina to resist it.
Well, it'll be just how long, if I hit, it'll be just how long
Oh,
will he
that's
stay
right.
awake. He
Yeah,
will fall. He
forgot
will
about
fall
that.
asleep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And like each success is an additional round. So,
And he doesn't have armor.
nope, he does not have armor. You do see that he does have a gun, but he does not have armor.
That's not of concern.
Gun is not the scary thing.
All right. So. Jesus.
Now, the good thing is I can shoot again for my fast
Ah.
action because I just can.
Nice, because you got rapid fire.
Yes.
All right. Well. So do it again, and you still get the bonus, but you do get a -2 because of the
Mhm.
rapid fire. Okay, there you
Ooh,
go.
that's nice.
So
I like shoot the first one misses and the second one gets it right in the jugular there. Nighty
So
night.
you hit him, so he does take 1 point of damage, and now he has to do a stamina roll to see how many additional rounds he. Okay, so 2 rounds, the current one, and then 1 extra.
Okay.
So that's Dave
A lot of dice.
and Tobiah, and Tobiah you get a +3, I believe. So
Okay, so the stun baton rounds.
what's the damage on those? Is it 2 or 3?
I will tell you here in a second. It says 3 damage.
Oh God. Just
Um.
one shot, you're gonna fucking knock this guy out if you hit him.
Uh.
Although actually, it did occur to me he could theoretically have dodged Dave's attack. I'm going to see if he can dodge that just to heighten the stakes a bit. I keep forgetting
Yeah.
about dodge. He's probably not going to, but
Yeah, you'll need a lot of successes though.
So now he doesn't even have an action. So
Okay. So since I'm using the F44A pulse rifle, am I still getting the bonus?
no, you're using the grenade launcher, which I think has a bonus of 1, but
The grenade launcher is a separate thing.
Yeah, the
The
grenade
F44 does not have
yeah,
a stun baton rounds at all.
yeah. You'd have
Well,
to use the
I got this from Richard, and it was on the underside.
yeah.
He had
So
them.
Okay.
Of a
So
normal
either
pulse rifle,
yeah,
not
so
the 44 pulse rifle.
yeah, exactly. So either you're using the normal pulse rifle and the underslung grenade launcher, or a
Yeah.
standalone grenade launcher thing
It-
that is
it's-
separate from your rifle.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a grenade launcher. I don't get the thing for it. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah,
Well,
now
actually,
the
no. The
U1
U1
does
as a
give you a
standalone gets a
+1.
+1.
Yeah, so
I do get a +1. Okay.
all right.
So, he is in what, short,
He's medium technically because you're not in the
medium,
zone. You're outside of
cover?
his room. He's in his room. He doesn't have cover.
Okay. I'm going to aim. I am going to attempt to conserve ammo, and I have a +3 to the roll from Artyom.
Yep.
Yes. Please do not. Well, no, those can't kill him, but they will fuck him
All
up.
right. So yeah. So you hit him, and oh god, and you push. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he goes night night.
yeah. Now he's okay. So now I need to double check the M230. What are the crits?
The
Okay.
crit is
16,
33,
24,
24,
33.
or 33.
Roll a D3. Okay, 2. So
24.
he gets 22
24?
or
22, I think.
24.
24, yeah.
24.
24 broken teeth. So you hit him in the face.
Oh god!
Oh, jeez.
You told me to put him to sleep. I did.
Yeah, well, not that much like a
One way to
dentist.
silence a whistleblower. Jesus.
He was resisting
Go
arrest.
Imagine
ahead.
he starts like choking on one of the broken tooth chunks, and we gotta
Uh-huh.
like give him CPR.
Well, no, what
Well,
happens is
technically-
like, he gets like pricked with a dart and he flinches, and the next thing you know, he gets hit in the face with a fucking baton around, and like does like a sort of backward spin and flops over.
I imagine he flinches into the baton rounds.
Oh god, yeah.
I
Is he-
imagine
no.
with losing the teeth, technically he'll become more of a whistleblower.
Well, he didn't lose all of
Mm.
his teeth. He just took some like dental damage.
Well, yeah, but
Took
it'll have a
1d3
specific
dental
sound.
damage.
Yeah.
We'll bankrupt him for life. No
You're
dental.
not fucking profiteering off the tooth fairy, but yeah.
Oh.
So so you've taken him down, and I will an encounter. So you've taken him down, and what are you doing next?
I'm going to go out drinking with the people that I have hired to work with us. I just it's like, all right, I'll be right back. Goes, it's like,
Calls
so
up Luna.
no
and-
headshots. Yeah, it's just like, all right, funk. My work here's done.
Who wants to
Slings
go
gun
out
over
for
shoulder.
headshots? I mean shots. So, yeah. So Tobiah immediately scurries off to go out drinking with Luna and the rest of the Lions. And as for the other four, what are I assume then you're going to drag his unconscious ass over to Speaker Vosk's office, or are you going to call Speaker Vosk to come over here?
I'll let Jack do the dragging.
Yeah,
Dave
that's
wants
really
to
more a
speak
question for
with
Jack,
Artyom.
honestly.
If
Yeah.
Jack wants to be all secretive, I think he gets to drag the big heavy guy.
Yeah, I'll message Vosk and explain. Hey, we've got this guy, Mr. Kleber, unconscious in his room. Do you want to come here, or how should we organize moving him?
She says it'll probably draw too many suspicions if you drag his unconscious ass through the station. I will come to him.
We could get a medical team and just pretend like he's not feeling well.
I can put
And
him in
she
the
said,
stinky
well,
corpse
because she
bag.
doesn't know. She said, well, what kind of condition is he in?
Out of character, what kind of condition is he in?
Well, let's see. He got hit with a
Unconscious,
tranquilizer
perfectly.
dart, and then he got fucking hit in the mouth with a baton round.
He's missing a couple of
So
teeth
he's bleeding.
and unconscious.
He's unconscious and slightly worse for wear.
Okay, sugarcoating it. I like that. Out of character, that is. And Speaker Vosk says, well, as long as he's still breathing, that's good enough. She says, you know, I will be there in due time. You know, just hold your position, and you know, if anybody you know, approaches you and questions you about what you've done, just present the orders that I've given you. And then she hangs up, and you know, you have a little bit of time before she shows up. And is there anything else you're going to discuss with each other before she arrives, or?
I'd like to search the apartment and see if I can find any, evidence or anything like that.
Yeah. I want to rifle through his wallet and take his money.
Oh God.
And anything else of value. I mean, he's got to have
So
something, right?
We already took his
running this
dignity, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Might
So
as
you're
well.
running him for his pockets now.
Yeah.
Run thy
roll-
pockets, Gary.
Roll me 2d6.
Could take the person out of the UPP, but not the UPP out of the person.
Oh my God.
He had $10,000 in his wallet, which is
$10,000. Mamma mia. All right, you know what? Jack, buddy, I got to cut you in on this, all right? You know?
Yeah, boy.
And you know what? David, you did a great job with the needle. I think we split this 3 ways, right, fellas?
Then meanwhile, Kelly and Tobiah just.
No, I just
Tobiah's
straight
gone.
up-
Is Kelly
Yeah, that's
still
right.
here?
Tobiah's gone, but Kelly's just still there.
All right, yeah, no, we'll split it 4 ways. We'll split it 4 ways.
Yeah, like
Eyeing silence.
I was
Always
just gonna stick
include your
around in
smart
case
gunner.
Jack needed any help.
All right.
You know,
bringing
it's easier to split it
the dude
into.
where he needed.
So in terms of gear, he does have quite a bit of gear. So he has an M4A3 pistol with a, actually has a 9mm like muzzle suppressor on it. He has a Seegson system diagnostic. Well, actually, hold on. I'll just do a fucking screenshot of all the stuff he has. So you can do
Silenced
Yeah.
pistol, that could be useful.
Indeed. Hold on, where is that?
Well, that is useful. I'm just putting that in there for.
That's all the stuff that Kleber has, and I'll make a note.
Man, dude, he was fucking rolling in it. What was this guy doing as a job here?
Maybe we'll say he does gambling and maybe he just won a big jackpot or something. We stole it from him.
It's
Um,
probably from being a informant, a cheat.
Ah, but we don't know that.
So,
Oh yeah, Jack didn't tell us.
yeah.
We're just thinking, God damn, how much was this guy getting paid? Like, we
Yeah.
must be getting the pins put to us.
Because yeah,
Maybe we
you
should
guys
start
don't know the
cleaning out the
significance of this
toilets here.
guy other than what Jack said about him,
Yeah,
having
yeah, sorry.
basically Speaker Vosk putting a warrant out for his arrest. Um, so you basically
Maybe the
help yourself to his stuff, and you do, Jack. And you said you were checking. Were you checking his computer or just his?
Well, I said I was just gonna check the room and see if there's anything that I could find. So if he has a computer, so I think I want to do an observ observ I can't
Observation.
speak. Observation. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak today. I want to do an observation roll, and then for any
that train was
computer
gone.
he has a contact.
Okay. So do an yeah. So the observation first. There's no bonus or penalty. Okay. So you
I
search
will
around his.
push that.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So you do find hidden in his room there is a PDAT. Like there isn't so I'll say this much: the computer terminal, he was smart enough to not have anything on it like incriminating on his computer because that's linked to the system. All the computers are linked um to the station, but his PDAT is not, and his PDAT has I mean, basically a pretty um, damning amount of evidence, and I'll say with his access, with like a card on his person or something, like you could easily unlock the device, and yeah, has very it leaves no uncertainty about the fact that yeah, he was a plant for the CIA, and it specifically has information on his orders and his strategy, um and trying to figure out because I think I had a specific thing written on it. You know, the no, just it. Yeah, I didn't have what I thought I wrote, but um, basically it's just further confirmation, um, and a little bit more context to his orders of basically just infiltrate this syndicate, however you can, try to get more information on it if you can, um, if you have the means to um, you know, establish yourself among the leadership and take down whoever is orchestrating this whole thing. Do it, but and basically just kind of a hierarchy of objectives for him. So,
Hmm.
basically, you get more context into what his plan was. And there's
Interesting. Is there any like name of his handler or anything like that?
there would be, but I'd have to figure that out, and I'll get back to you on that if that's something you actually want to pursue. But yeah, there would be information on who gave him his orders.
I mean, it could be useful later on if we encounter that person.
Yeah, low likelihood, but still possible. But I'll keep that in mind. Um, so yeah, so you've gotten that information, and are you going to do anything else before Speaker Vosk arrives, or?
Seeing Jack with the PDAT, like, what you got there, buddy? What'd you find?
Jack will smile and say, "Evidence."
Oh, huh. What are you, a cop? Listen, I found that wallet on the floor, rightfully.
No takesies,
Yes.
backsies.
Well, if I mean, isn't that what that would be very legitimate for a cop just to take his money? So
I did just bribe a cop.
yeah.
Would make sense.
Um, so it's around this time that you guys are approached by Speaker Vosk, and she marches like she has a purpose, which she does, and obviously she's got a kind of traditional space pirate look in the sense of she still has her signature sword in a sheath, but she also has a pistol. Um, so she's definitely armed and ready to do anything if the situation calls for it, but she like rather rudely shoves past Dave as if he wasn't even there, and looks to Jack and says, and looks to Claiborne and says, well, so that's him, huh?
In all his glory.
And she looks at his fucking disfigured face and says like, what little was there, um, and says, well, who just disconnected?
Tobias said he's gonna go. He said he's hurting.
Oh, I didn't see where.
John.
Oh, did he? Oh, did
He
he say that
posted
in
in
back?
the
Oh, he did.
chat.
Okay, I was looking at Discord. Um, so, she says then, well, yeah, I suppose we, um, we'll need something to wake him up, or we can wait for him to come to naturally.
I will say, here's PDAT. There's a pretty damning evidence here. I think you'll find the contents interesting.
Oh, indeed. And she says, you know, um, come with me, bring him to my office. We're going to have a little chat with him. And on that note, that is where we will end. I mean, unless you guys want to play a bit further, because one thing I wanted to call attention to is that I noticed that the sessions are honestly closer to 2 hours and 45 minutes because of the 15-minute grace period.
There is only like if Blitz kind of wants to stay, Dave kind of wants to talk something with him. Wouldn't be too
Because
long,
yeah,
but
I know
it
that
could
there's that
it could be
conversation, but
privately. So if people like will want to go, that can be
well, we
no
could
issue in
potentially
that
have
sense.
that like after, like post session, quote unquote, after the scene with Speaker Vosk, if you guys want. I mean, if you're fine playing
True.
just a little bit longer, we can do it that way.
Yeah, I'm fine listening to that, but I'm ready to end. The World Cup game is on, so.
Oh, okay.
Although it
Well,
just went to the halftime or whatever.
okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll have the dialogue scene with Speaker Vosk. I don't anticipate that taking a huge chunk of time, but so you carry Kleber back to Vosk's office, and after a short amount of time, um, she you know um, like basically as he's starting to come to, well, before that, she tells Jack to stay, and then she quite literally tells everybody else to get lost. Um, always so grateful, gotta love that about her.
Mm.
Um,
As you wish, miss.
so, um, and I'll just move her talking back to where it usually is. But Glaber is, you know, like he's slowly coming to. And it's like, what the hell? And then Speaker Vosk is like, hi, how are you? And he's kind of nervous, like, all right, ma'am. And she says, like, all right, oh, good, it's good to be all right. Um, yeah, I'd just like to talk to you about something, if that's all right. And she's holding, and she kind of wiggles his PDAT in front of him, and he has this like, oh shit expression when he realizes what he's in for. And he's like, starts like looking around. He realizes that he's fucking tied to a chair and he's not going anywhere. And he's Jack there, and um, she says, yeah, so I think we both know why you're here, huh? Um, and you know, he doesn't play innocent, like be oblivious. Um, so he basically just says, ma'am, if you have my PDAT, then I'm pretty sure you know exactly why. And then the fact that you sent goons to attack me in the first place. I mean, by that alone, but especially by that, he says, nodding to the PDAT. Um, and Speaker Vosk then like chuckles a bit and says, well, then I guess there's then the matter of what to do with you. Um, because she says, I have tortured and mutilated men for much less, synths even more so. In your case, well, she looks at her head slowly, pans over to Jack. What do you have to say about this? Essentially asking for you to weigh in on what you think should be done with them.
Well, I think I think it makes sense to hear if you have any ideas of how to get yourself out of this situation.
Um, and he says, well, certainly won't be getting myself out of this chair anytime soon. But he says, I mean, if why what I was doing in terms of my role as a CIA agent, a spy, sent to infiltrate the organization, and apparently doing good enough of a job at it that y'all didn't catch me until just now. Um, you know, maybe I'm playing for the wrong team. I might offer my services to the syndicate instead of to the CIA. They don't even know I'm here.
So Jack will just look at Vosk, sort of deferring to her.
And she says, you know, I mean, you could you could serve as a useful asset to the syndicate, or you could serve as a useful asset to me. And he just kind of raises his eyebrows, like, in what way? And she just scowls at him, like, not that way. Um,
Oh
and
lord.
um, and then says, um, you know, to have not one but two very technically savvy, um, you know, subtle men, um, like answering directly to me. Um, this could be a very beneficial partnership, provided that you know that all our dealings remain between the three of us, assuming there are no objections. She says as she you know sort of rubs her hand against the hilt of her sword, kind of like an implied, like, if anybody objects, you're going to die where you stand. And Claver like kind of shudders a bit, and then he just looks over at Jack.
Jack has no objections.
All right. And yeah, Claver obviously doesn't speak up, and she says, "So we're in agreement then. Good." Um, so she says, "Well, for now, Mr. Claver, I would allow you to keep doing what you're doing, provided that you don't uh, breathe a word about uh, what happened and what put you in this situation, um, and keep doing what you're doing, albeit in reverse, and specifically try and see you know, if you can learn more about people than what they're sharing." And then she looks over to Jack and says, "And since you were instrumental in bringing this traitor to heel, I feel you are due for a reward, which may not necessarily be cash. Is there anything that you are seeking, short or long term? Perhaps that our little friend here could assist with."
Um, Out of character, I don't have anything right now. I'll say to her,
I mean, you could just ask
uh,
for like an IOU or a favor of some
yeah,
kind if
I
it's
was
kind of
about to say,
cashed
yeah.
in.
I'll take that as an IOU, Speaker Vosk.
Yeah, she says, "Good. I can agree to that. Um, I'll take an IOU and I'll let you know if it is achievable. And if it isn't, then the favor does not expire." Like, basically, in other words, like, if she says no to something, that doesn't mean that's the end of the favor. It just means that it can't be that. So, um, she in that case, I mean, if do you have any? While it's just the three of you, do you have any questions for her or for Kleber, or just anything you want to bring up while it's just the three of you?
I want to see, has Kleber given wrong information for any missions that are like about to go out? Basically, if we could stop a mission that would be, ambushed.
Um, he tells you, and he tells you truthfully, like as in you can verify this with the the PDAT and stuff. Like he has not, like he hasn't been doing what he's doing constantly, because that would like the last time he did it was a few weeks ago. Um, like he does it often enough to where his like supervisors are seeing results, but infrequent enough to where it was very hard for the syndicate to actually figure out what was going on. So he tells you, and he tells you truthfully, that he's not given any misinformation or set up any traps. Um, you know, since like definitely since prior to you guys returning from New Kiev.
Okay. So I think we can kind of end it there, unless there's something else we want to cover.
Cool. Well, I just wasn't sure if you wanted to make any kind of offer to Speaker Vosk or anything like that, but if not, that's fine. So yeah, you guys will all be getting 5 XP,
Excellent.
so which you can spend now. Um,
So I'll get the navigator that we just got.
all right, cool. Um,
Well,
in the
weapon
case,
specialist for my dart gun.
nice. For Artyom and Dave, do you want to? I mean, anybody who wants to stick around for that conversation can. Um, but in the case of Artyom and Dave, do you guys want to have your scene now, or do you want to save that for next session? Because I can do either or.
Works for me.
Well, works for me in reference to doing it now, or
Either way,
okay,
but right now would work as well.
okay. Jack will
Yeah, I
listen in.
can.
Okay, Kelly, do you want to listen in, or do you got to get going?
Yeah, I can listen in.
Okay.
I also thought of a conversation Kelly would have with Valentina, but we can handle that next session.
All right, hold on. I'll make a note of that in group notes, and well, next time you see him anyway. Which in your case probably won't be too long of a wait. Isn't that right,
Oh,
Angel? Or I mean Valentine, or I mean Kelly.
Next session, gonna have to handle the role for like reaching out to contacts and kind of shopping around that data.
I mean, you can potentially do that after you're done talking with Dave if you have enough time, but
I'd have enough time, but yeah, we could do
all right.
that.
Well, we'll do the thing with Dave first.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
So yeah, after
Dave.
yeah. So basically, like, so, I mean, depending on, I mean, it could be as long as you want after the situation with apprehending Glaber, but um
Yeah, at an
at some
undisclosed
point you
amount of
track him
time
down, and
later. Yeah, he kind of sends. I guess we have pirates and
yeah, you've got
communicators,
like
etc. So
phones and radios and all sorts of means to get in touch with each other.
yeah, he'll send Artyom a message to meet Dave in the lab of the ship.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'm gonna slip away to the lab of the ship. This is definitely seems to be like a private conversation, so I'll try and do that without being seen, ideally.
Yeah, I mean, because
Good.
obviously Tobiah is still hanging out with Lombardi's Lions. Kelly, I would assume in that case, maybe you go to see Valentine, because you do have access to go, as established earlier, you do have access to go and see him whenever you want. Um, and then, obviously Jack's still chatting with Speaker Vosk, so it's basically just the two of you. Isabella would still be aboard the ship, but um, as
Oh
long as
yeah,
you
but
don't
this
like
will be.
directly confront her or like pass by her, she has no. I mean, she'll probably. I mean, even if Dave does, she'll probably give you like a sup kind of nod, but not ask any questions. So either
Yeah,
way, you're
that's
going to
not.
be completely alone for the conversation.
So, if Artyom is going to get into the lab with Dave, Dave is going to close the shutters that he kind of has been doing recently, and make sure that the door does not open automatically. He'll kind of
Lock it
lock
from
it
the
from
inside.
the inside. It sounds more ominous than it really is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do see him kind of, with goggles and kind of in the middle of his
Wearing his Bill
experiments
Nye the
and
Science Guy
schooling.
get up.
Yeah, with a bit more air of either incompetence or negligence. But he kind of turns to Artyom and says, glad you can make it.
Yes. What is this about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I think it's about time we've had a little chat. Us UPP compadres. The thing is that things are changing. Things are changing around here, and well, I'm looking out for not only my own interests but the interests of this entire crew. There are a few things that I think would be time to let you know, but in exchange for information from yourself, as such a mysterious man as you are.
I see.
Artyom
Go on.
Powers, International Man of Mystery. Yeah.
How do they say? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Quid pro quo. Oh, you show me yours, I show you mine, basically.
That's how things are done in the UPP.
Yes. We've both probably seen a lot of that. I'm going to start by asking you, as a competent man, that even though you maybe present yourself as nonchalant here, I see that something behind those eyes exists. There is a brain there. Something is boiling and thinking of some plans, but
Why, thank you.
basically, you're welcome. I rarely see somebody who's able to think more past than a week's worth of actual planning. So I think you're not that kind. You just maybe using your mask there a bit more competently than expected. But I am sure a man of your capabilities is aware that a long-term future here is not probably the smartest thing. Wouldn't you agree?
This sort of work isn't something you can do long term.
Yes. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I've misread you there, but to me, you seem like a pragmatic person, like somebody who uh, understands that sometimes you need to do things that need to be done, and when the wind shifts, a competent person does not fight it, but sails with it.
Hmm. So, how do you suppose the wind is shifting, so to speak?
Well, as you've seen with our recent missions, if something goes to pot, then we will be left on our own to die. So loyalty is definitely not something that is valued in the upper echelons of this group. But I, for one, care about these people, about our people, and I think making sure that our safety is ensured is a smart move. What do you think about, just between the two of us, what do you think about Miss Vosk and her ways? If you don't
Hmm.
mind being open.
I think my opinion of her is that she's doing her job, and that is the primary concern for her. And of course, being the grunts here, we are naturally expendable. However, I believe that making ourselves more useful than the average grunt is the best way of not being seen as expendable.
Yes. True. True. But sooner or later, we could fall into a situation where just the dice of luck roll poorly, and we.
Definitely not a metaphor
Oh.
for his shit actual roles, but
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I just had to make the joke.
Nothing. And we are left for dead. Basically, to be frank with you, Artyom, you're a smart man. I don't need to go around this too much. It's hard to say, but I've been instructed by a friend to learn to be more trusting of people and to let people in, at least to smooth things out so that surprises don't ruin everything. As a
Mhm.
as a competent person as you are, I don't imagine you would have a hard time adapting if our momentary way of life would cease to be. If things change dramatically, I imagine you would have ways of adapting, of getting by.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well
Forgive
then,
me for asking, but
yes.
what is the point of this?
I need to
What the hell are you
know.
talking about?
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, Dave's slowly getting to it. You kind of see he's trying to be stoic, but he's a bit nervous, but at the same time eager to share.
If you're
He
worried
knows
that something you say is going to be repeated, I can assure you that that will not be the case.
I appreciate that. The cat's out of the bag. Vosk and Valentino will not be in command for too long. Or alive.
Interesting.
I want to know that, of course, you do not have to help me, but I would like to know if you wouldn't impede my operations.
I have no particular care for those two as individuals. My concern is that this organization as an entity will continue to exist and offer work.
I don't particularly concern myself if the organization itself continues, though I'd prefer with the course it's heading that it wouldn't, but my specific
Hmm.
goals for now are those two individuals to at an appropriate time meet the maker. The reasons are personal.
I see. Well, I certainly would do nothing to prevent you. However,
Yes.
do you have any intentions on who would replace them?
I have thought about this, but that is also one of the reasons I came to you as an option if you would be interested in such a thing. I would have no issues and quarrels if you decided you wanted to uh, take control of the beheaded Hydra. I really appreciate how the Flawed Squad handles loyalty and care towards people. So if they wanted to, I wouldn't have issue with that as well. But my general exit plan, if I even make it that far, after that happens, I'll just leave. I will leave and start a new life somewhere else, something
I see.
a bit more mundane and quiet, maybe even disguised as a colonist somewhere or something like that.
Hmm.
But
In that case,
in the essence of doing such a thing, I would be able to help if you have any particular goals and they are compatible. I can offer my assistance in trade for not sabotaging my end of the plans.
hmm, let me. I see your offer and I raise you. I have contacts that would be able to find a place for you, uh, give you a new identity, that sort of thing. And all I would ask is that you
Yes.
maybe stick around just a bit after eliminating those two to sort of help rebuild.
Hmm.
And
That seems like a
that would
fair offer.
allow things to be shaped more in an image you find agreeable.
I think I could accept that. Could those contacts offer a new life not only for me, but for a few other personnel that might accept and want such an offer?
Yes, particularly if they're useful.
But what if they just want a mundane life afterwards without being breathed down by different corporations and governments? If we just wanted to disappear
There are
into a mundane place.
there are plenty of jobs available out there. Uh,
That don't have to involve the militaristic side
yes,
with all this death.
it's not a necessity. It's not a necessity.
Okay. Okay.
They
I
could
think,
certainly get a better position afterwards, the more useful they are. But if not, then of course there's always, you know, outer colonies and that sort of thing.
yes, I
Peaceful
think
places.
peace and anonymity will be what we desire most. But again, to ensure that, I'm sure, I'm sure the people would be willing to help out a little bit. I think I can, I think I can really agree to those terms. I think we could have mutual benefit in such a situation.
Excellent. I'm gonna extend out my hand to shake yours.
He's going to extend out his hand and with a glad smile say, "Big things have small beginnings."
Ah,
Uh,
And just a final thing. You don't have to tell me all of your details, but I am curious. You're not MSS, are you? I have been curious from that very first mission since the Russian side of the peace agreement magically didn't appear, while our only other UPP part of the team was out and about doing their own thing. But of course, the less bloodshed, the better. You don't have to say anything about that, but I have been curious about that.
I'm gonna give a wide, honestly, maybe slightly creepy smile and and say, "Oh, I'm a great many things."
I figured as much. You're not to be
I'm getting this vibe from Artyom
miscalibrated,
in
misunderstood.
the Discord chat.
I'm not directly confirming it, but you know.
Yeah,
Face.
he understood enough that he doesn't have to have gotten the bullseye, but that it's all connected and it's all it's all part of the same
Or
thing.
better yet, this. Like a subtle Palpatine smile.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's pretty good.
So basically, you're telling
But,
Dave, well, no, but yes. Is that what I'm gathering?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
his eyes have told me enough. His eyes have told me enough, and
Yeah.
he will just noddingly say, thank you for the trust, and I do not say these things lightly. I've appreciated you personally as a fellow teammate, and I really actually do care about the health and safety of everybody on our crew. And sorry for the diapers. I loved fucking with you. As he just opens the door and
So
he
are you serious? So you're
leaves.
actually, burying the hatchet with your whole sitcom rivalry there?
Publicly in front of the other crew, he'll probably do it from time to time, but he's kind of letting
But like,
Artyom know that
personally, he's,
Yeah.
you guys are
yeah,
kind of in the
yeah.
same corner.
He knows
All right.
he was fucking with them, but
Okay.
he respects them for now from what he trusts.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's it.
I mean, while we have, you know, relevant players present, I mean, Kelly, do you want to have your scene with Valentina, or do you guys want to have any other kind of interactions or anything? Because I mean, I can keep going, especially because John called off his Star Wars session today. So,
Yeah. I unfortunately have to head out.
all right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking around at
But
least.
yeah, no problem.
Um,
I the conversation between Artyom and Dave, I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but like plotting and all that kind of stuff. I love it. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys
all right.
later.
Yeah. See you next week.
Head out.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye bye.